I don't know if we're going to be live at all, personally.
No, neither do I.
See what happens.
We can't.
Live? Are we actually live?
We're not going to tell them your age, right?
No, we're not going to tell them our age at all.
Okay.
They can't know.
Right.
Because they just can't know.
Hey, everybody. Oh, hi there.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream. It's a very special stream.
Yes, it is.
Today.
It's my birthday.
It's Shane's birthday
That's right.
stream.
And we thought it'd be fun to do a Q&A because you get to hear me talk all the time, but sometimes you don't get to hear this guy talk. Well, I guess they do get to hear you talking Just Bad Games.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's how it
But
goes
you hear Shane talk a lot more than I do. And Shane has forced me at gun birthday point to no. I'm here to enjoy the Q&A very much. You are the gift to Shane today because
yes. All of you out there.
You are the greatest gift of all.
Yeah, we were gonna do a stream where we would build one of those Game Boy Lego sets.
Yeah.
And we actually do have it.
Shane has it right upstairs. We spoke about this like, I don't know, 8 hours ago or 6 hours ago. And we're like, so we just want to do a couple hour stream, right? Yeah, right. How long does it take to make the Game Boy?
Nobody knows. Some people say it takes 30 minutes. Some people say it takes an hour. Some people go, if you're really old, it takes 5 hours. I don't know what that means.
Well, Shane's closer to really old today than he was yesterday.
I'm much older today than I was yesterday.
Yeah, so.
That's true for everybody, though.
Yeah, it's true for everyone.
We got the Lego Nation. Well,
there you go.
There.
The Lego Nation.
Member for 3 months. Happy birthday. Thank you, Lego Nation. And yeah, you did. Yeah. We can see it. Oh, you're putting in the volume?
And okay. Hendrick Fan 5.
Hendrick Fan 5, member for 21 months.
Wow, 21 months.
Hey, thank you, Hendrick.
And congratulations on your 21st month.
And thank you, Omar Kaj, for sending in a tip. They're called tips, right? Super Chat? Super Chat.
I think so.
Super Chat. And Garen Mining Headquarters for $2 for a tip. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. And he sent you a cake as well.
I got a cake.
A digital cake.
We ate a cake today, actually. It was a mud cake. They're Australian mud cakes. I don't know where they came from, but they are fudgy.
If we have any Australian viewers, maybe you can enlighten me on what a mud cake is, because Shane has just said it's a mud cake, it's fudgy, it's delicious. I have no idea what's actually in this thing.
Yeah, it is.
I remember children used to make mud pies.
It's not that.
In the backyard, and you don't want to eat one of those if the cows are around, if you live on a farm.
Oh, and Roxas, thank you so much for sending in the super chat just before the stream started. We saw it. Thank you so much. And Michael Kelly just sent in a message, a member for 28 months. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Shane. What is next for Just Bad Games? Well, I think we should say the game series, but we shouldn't say the game. Or maybe not.
Really? Well, wait. Okay, we have 3 people here.
Okay.
We have 3 people here. We can put this to a vote. Okay, I can say some things.
Okay,
some things that no one, Robin, I assure you, no one will put this together. And if they do, we're not going to say anything.
Okay, that's fair.
This is the first time on Just Bad Games that we've covered 3 versions of one game.
That's true.
And they're all... I can't swear. They're all very, very bad. So bad that we started to create this episode of Just Bad Games with one version.
One game in mind, yeah.
In mind. Right. We're like, oh, yeah, this has to be the worst version. Okay, we went in, sorry to say, but we were kind of leaning on expectation with one version.
Yeah.
And then we started playing another version of the game, and then we're like, okay, we have to shift the narrative. Now this is the worst version. We kept sort of passing off the title of the worst version of this game from one to the next.
Folks, okay, we're not going to tell you what the game is.
Don't spoil it.
Not spoiling it, but man, after we finished all 3 versions of this game, Adam and I sat down and we looked at each other straight in the eyes and went, is this worse than Sonic 2006?
Yes. I know, you're thinking it's hyperbole. We're just trying to, ramp up excitement for this game. We seriously had that conversation, almost like a come to God or come to Satan moment, where we're just like, is this evil?
Yeah.
Is this the worst thing that's ever happened to us? and I think the answer is yes.
It broke down so much. How many game crashes did you have? Well, because you played one version specifically, I played the other.
Maybe a half dozen or so, and that's really bad because if you knew what game we were talking about, you wouldn't expect it from this type of game.
That's right.
I had sort of high expectations for this title.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, me too.
I won't
Me
dig.
too.
I won't dig too much. I feel like if we say too much about it, it's going to give.
Yeah,
some stuff
trust
away.
me, folks. When you see
Yeah.
what we've done, the script just ballooned. We started covering all these aspects. Things started happening in the game we'd never seen before. We were so certain other people had seen how bad this was that we ended up trying to look into what other people had seen in the game themselves from their own. Because what we do is we'll play a game and then we write the script. Then we go, okay, here's what our thoughts were. Let's see what other people felt during the time period.
Yeah.
Nobody found what we found or talked what we found. I mean, certain things, sure, but wow.
Even looking back, like we saw what the critical consensus was, and that was all over the place. And even the ones that were kind of negative on this title were not doing it justice, really. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's an exciting time for us. So, yeah, not only is the game really, truly very bad, but this is also, like I said before, the first time we're kind of putting together 3 different versions of a game into an episode, and it's not redundant.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we can show you these 3 versions of the game, and they all have different problems, and one version is so far removed that it is exceptionally noteworthy, I would say.
You may know what the first game is, you may know what the third game is, but you won't know what the second game is.
You won't know what the second game is.
You will never have heard of this before.
Because Shane surprised me with that.
I bought it
one
on
day.
eBay.
Yeah.
And by the way, these are all original versions of the game running on their original hardware.
Yes,
that's important
to say. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple more super chats in. Roblox gamer YT247 sent in a super chat. Can you talk about the horror game Distance? How did you play Distance?
I don't know Distance, but I did play some spooky games recently for the spooky month of October. I'm not sure what Distance is. Maybe the person who sent in the super chat could tell us a little bit about it. But I played through Alan Wake 2.
Okay.
Finally, which was excellent. Had some really cool systems to it. One character in particular. I don't want to, again, I hate spoiling things, but you play as more than one character in this game. I think it's easy to say that they're in the trailers and whatnot, but you're a detective, and the way that you solve things in the game, I thought was really neat. Some cool systems there.
I wonder what's the latest spooky game I've played.
Yeah.
It's probably an old game. Well, I think I'm getting in a Clock Tower.
Okay.
Original. I played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
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 But I stopped it to play Final Fantasy V, I think.
That's the spookiest Final Fantasy. Nah.
So, yeah.
But I just played through Final Fantasy V. Did you play the Pixel Remaster?
No, I'm playing the 3D remake.
Is it 4 or 5?
What's the one where the airships are at the beginning?
That's 4.
That's 4?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing
3
3D
4 is fantastic.
Yeah,
Is this your first time playing 4?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's really
It's
good.
my first time playing it, and it's in 3D, so
Yeah.
I'm listening to all the cheesy dialogue done by voice actors that actually care.
Yeah, I think
so. It's different.
I think that originally came to the DS, and
Yeah.
it's a decent port. The PSP version of that in 2D, the PSP version is really good too.
Yeah, I need to get the Pixel remasters, all of them.
4's a classic, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
Okay, so another super chat came in from Quincy. Have a very happy birthday. Thank you, Quincy. They've been a member for a month.
Thanks.
Encyclopedia sent in a super chat. Thank you for making some of the best vids ever. I rewatch the Hyperscan and Ouya videos all the time. Happy B-Day. Thank you so much. And yeah, those videos are fun. Those are,
absolutely.
I think Hyperscan, Ouya is one of my favorite videos we've ever made because of just... It's just, if you don't know this, that's Adam's Ouya. He is actually a backer. He's the reason why that system exists.
Before Shane and I met, like over a decade, it must be over a decade ago by now. I kickstarted, I helped kickstart the Ouya.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many of us there were, but I was one of them. And I remember, because I was living abroad at the time, I remember being in South Korea, having to pay extra to have this console shipped in, and I was so excited, and the contrast between my expectations and reality hit super hard. Basically, as soon as I opened the box, the controller fell apart in my hands, basically, because of the stupid shields on the controller, the little magnetic shields.
Robin, can you bring over the Ouya special controller? I don't know what.
Oh, the clear one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was for...
it was for developers.
Yes. It's from the development kit.
OK Chief 420. He's a YouTuber online. Check him out. He's got a really fun channel. He was going through a store,
like a
somewhere,
thrift store,
and he found one, and then he just mailed it to us because, like, I think you'll like this. And I was like, Gee, thanks. It was nice because like
These
you don't
things-
get to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, these things are still cool. Even if hardware could give us a headache on review, I still consider them, like, I get kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
Thinking about like some of the things we've covered, like Hyperscan or Ouya. So having some of those things in my own personal collection, I consider that a win.
Right? Hendrick fans sent in a super chat. Again, happy birthday, Shane. Got a question for both of you. What's your favorite Lego game? I know we were talking briefly about Lego with that Game Boy. My favorite Lego game is probably going to be either, I get Brick Tales. Is that the one where it's hyper realistic and you're like a son and a father and you're walking around?
That's the newer one,
Yeah.
right? That's you basically solve pretty simple puzzles to get through. But it was a pretty good game. I've only dabbled a little bit with it. I played quite a bit of. I forget which release of Star Wars it was. It might have been the second trilogy, the second Star Wars trilogy, Lego trilogy, and it was good.
So I'm going to bring this up close to people.
Ooh, yeah. That's the development controller.
Yeah, they can't hear me. It was $3.99. Why did we not take that sticker off the back? This is like a very...
That's beautiful. That's part of its story, man. So who knows? This could have been used to develop Towerfall, which was an Ouya exclusive for the longest time. And then those developers went on to play Celeste, or to make Celeste. So Shane, you could be holding on to what the developers of Celeste held on to back in the
This
day.
actually feels better than the one.
It is. It is. Yeah. Because the one that I got out of the box, folks, believe it or not, the right bumper was broken or like really gummy.
And these aren't magnets. I think this is like a clip-on.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Take it
jealous.
off right now.
I'm so jealous.
But yeah, actually there's a USB, or there's a code at the top here which probably denotes who this is from. So we're going to
Oh,
add that just so it doesn't show up. But yeah, this is a very unique Ouya controller. They can't hear me right now.
Shane's just saying it's a very unique Ouya controller. If you didn't hear him,
You know, I'm just gonna keep that over there.
Shane just threw it into a bonfire. I don't know if you guys could hear the cinders
Into a bonfire.
into a We just have a bonfire just off camera there.
Just off camera. Okay.
For marshmallows.
And let's see. Oh, I might have missed some messages that came in. Let's see if there's any there.
Okay.
Kyle sent in a super chat. Is this game from a well-known series? Yes, it is. The one for the next Just Bad Games is definitely from a well-known series.
So that Shane went a step further than I would have went.
Oh, well.
You're going to give that away. We might as
That's
well
it.
give away the whole... No,
That's such a subtle thing.
it is.
Andrew B sent in a super chat. He's been a member for 19 months.
Wow.
Proud to be a member of the Rerez squad. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Lily Pan sent in a super chat. Member for 2 months.
Happy birthday, Shane.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what the abbreviation meant there.
HBD.
Yeah.
That's what the cool kids do. What happens to the Genesis? Oh, what happened to the Genesis Mini review?
How about Doug? That's what I thought HBD meant.
How about Doug?
Yeah. The Doug show. Everybody remember Doug?
I love Doug.
Yeah.
He
He was really funny. That's a joke because anyway, the Genesis Mini review. So we created a Genesis Mini review, and in it there's a mistake, and I'll talk about this one because this was really fun. Okay, and I want to go through some of the super chats as well.
Are you talking about the up and down on the D-pad thing, or
No, it's something else.
Oh.
Roblox gamer YT247 sent in the super chat. Distance is a horror racing game in space. Do I know that one?
horror racing game in space? That sounds awesome.
I'll have to look into that one.
Yeah.
Jimation sent in a super chat. So where'd you even hear of Walk It Out anyway? We went to a video game store, in a farmer's market.
Yes. If he's watching,
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be delighted.
Yeah, Peter,
So-
who has a video game store in St. Jacob's Farmer's Market.
Peter is awesome.
Yeah.
Peter has a nice kiosk in this farmer's market. It is just packed to the gills with just everything video game, right?
That's right, yeah.
And he's just constantly rotating stuff in there. I always find goodies
Yep.
whenever I'm poking around. So basically, yeah, Shane goes there. And Peter just tosses.
I asked, whenever I go to a video game store, I usually ask, what's the worst game you have?
Yeah.
And so he was like pointing to a bunch of games, and then there's this Wii selection he had, and there's this game called Walk It Out that I'd never heard of. And then the more we were reading into it, we were like, oh, okay, but we need a dance mat. And he goes, gotcha. And he had a dance mat. So we got the dance mat, we got the game, we went home, and we spent days and days. What you never saw in that video was that while I was making dinner one evening, I had the Wii remote in my pants, and I was just dancing the whole time while like chopping vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
So like the whole day, I'm just like doing that the whole day.
To Missy Elliott's "Get Your Freak On."
Yeah.
Just
in the
imagine
background.
Shane chopping onions to get your freak on. It's good.
And that was the whole thing. So throughout that, I know we had that like machine to like capture some points, but it started to really burn down after a while. Legitimately, the motor in the fan started to smell because there's resistance that keeps hitting the motor, so it starts to cause problems. So in reality, what we had to do was just sit there dancing or walking for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So what you see happening in that video is legitimately us getting all the points we need to collect everything we could.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah, I still think about it a lot.
I don't know why anyone. I don't think anyone should ever do what we did. But like, we just wanted to prove. Because you know what we thought? We thought at the end of it, when we beat it, there'd be something that happened, some cool thing. And then when we got that last, what was it, tree? Nothing happened.
Yes, it was. Was it a deciduous tree, guys? Was it deciduous?
It was pretty deciduous.
I had never even heard that term until we played Walk It. So Walk It Out has really broadened our horizons.
It really has.
Our arbor.
Yeah.
Our arboreal sites.
Yeah, see, now I know what deciduous tree means, and I also know what hip displacement means.
Yeah.
Duran sent in a message. Happy birthday, Shane. Sorry, but you know I have to do it. He's got to do it every single time on every stream. It's tradition.
Yes.
Simp for Moobar.
Simp for Moobar.
Now that I have your attention, check out your Steam. Check out my Steam.
I think he's hacked you.
Has he?
You got nothing.
I've got a day one Steam account. That would make me very upset. Oh, he sent me the Atari 50th expansion packs.
Ooh,
well,
those are nice.
Thank you so much, Duran. And you sent me Monster Rancher 1 and 2.
Nice,
Wow.
very good. You're gonna have to get all your old CDs out.
Jeez, thank you so much.
And pop them into your computer so that you can get the best monsters.
That yeah, I don't have a CD drive.
I don't know how
does
it
that
works.
even work? I don't have a CD drive.
They found a way to make it work.
Actually, no, I am going to get a CD drive soon. I realized I'm going to.
I wonder if you can with the new releases of Monster Rancher. If you can say like, I don't want to use the new system. I want to go back. I want to get the Prince Purple Rain CD and put it in and get whatever monster comes out.
So I know some of you folks may know about this, but there's the new Superstation system that's being made. I ordered one in.
Yeah, FPGA based. You can get a disc module expansion for it, right? And then you can play PlayStation, Saturn, Sega CD?
That's what we assume. So it's supposed to do all that stuff. We're going to be making a video on that when it comes out. That's one of the reasons we ordered it. But what I discovered was they've continued adding features with the disk drive. Did you know with the disk drive that's going to be on that system, you can just plug it up to your regular computer and use it as a disk drive?
Oh.
And it's a DVD burner as well, or whatever it's supposed to be?
It's a DVD burner?
I think so. It's a rewritable disk drive of some degree. I don't know. It's things are still in flux, but that we're going to be talking about that in a future video. Trust me.
Do you know if it can play turbo CDs?
Who knows? Got to find turbo CDs.
Yeah, true.
Trip Kangaroo. Trip Kangaroo, you might be from Australia. Do you know what a mud cake is? Maybe that's offensive because they're named Kangaroo. I just assumed they're from Australia. They could be a kangaroo from New Zealand.
Sure.
Or
it could just be a person that enjoys the animal.
Does New Zealand have kangaroos?
I don't. We're just going to cut the feed.
Happy birthday, Shane. Any strange games coming up? Tristan and I have been recording a Strange Games episode. This one is very difficult because the game was never released or translated in English. It's a completely unique game. So we've been playing it with somebody that we've reached out to actually has a translation guide. So it's basically a rubric where you can translate all the words. So we've been going through it and translating the game so that we can make a translated video for you folks to watch so you can see this game in English for the first time.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of hard work. But from what you showed me, of this game, and for all you folks watching, it's really cool and really interesting. Yeah. It's not just strange. It does some neat things with video games, the medium as a whole. That is very impressive for, what is it? It's like, is it spoilery to say when it was released?
1999?
Okay, around 1999, something like that?
Yeah, it's crazy. The developers that made this game, they just made this game and they completely burnt it. Like it not in a bad way. The game never sold, was never translated. Once it was released, it was never released again on any platform, digital otherwise, and the studio completely disappeared.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that in a little bit. We've been reading so much about this game, as much as we possibly can. But once you see what this thing is, it will blow your mind. It is one of those games that I think what's going to happen is once we've shown it off in the video and the North American audience sees this, I think people are going to start buying these copies as much as they can just to say they have a physical copy of themselves.
Yeah. Cool.
Edge Bedlam sent in a super chat. Thank you so much, Edge. How's it feel? How's it feel like to be a cameo in Kid Icarus's 1 million subscriber video? Okay, Kid Icarus reached out to me. This was a while back.
Yeah.
And in the video, he asked, "Hey, I need you to look at the camera and just say what." So this was during the pandemic, I think, when he asked for everybody to send in clips. So I said, "Oh yeah, sure. Can I be doing anything in it?" And he's like, "The weirder, the better." So we went out and bought, was it 3 extra large pizzas, Robin?
I forget.
It was a lot of extra large pizzas. And then we stacked them up as high as possible, and I tried to eat them all in the frame. So that's where you see me. I think I'm there's a big collage, and I'm in like the bottom left or whatever, and you see me trying to eat them all at once. And that is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in one of the animated sequences, I think in the intro, where like Raphael's trying to eat all the pizzas at one go. I think that's what it was from. Anyway, that's what that was. And I totally did bite down on those pizzas and ruined my dinner because that was too many pizzas in one go.
Now you know.
Did not feel good afterwards. Jerry Roth sent in a message. Happy birthday, Shane. Hope it's been great. It has been so far. Thank you. Hendrik Fan sent in another super chat. Have either of you played the Haunted Mansion or Sam & Max Remastered? First one is third-person puzzle shooter. Second one is a silly point-and-click in essence. Never played any of the Haunted Mansion games in any regard.
Neither did I. Sam & Max, though, I'm familiar with. Is this the LucasArts remaster, or is this the Telltale's?
Telltale. They never did a remaster of the original.
Of the Hit the Road?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Double Fine gets to that eventually.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I did play the Sam & Max remastered one. I played the original and the remastered. The remastered's great. I really like those Telltale games when they try to kind of like figure out how episodic games were working.
Yeah, I think Sam & Max was right before they started doing. They kind of hit it perfectly with the first season of The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
So I think Sam & Max are still sort of getting their sea legs.
Yes.
But I do think, were there 2 separate games? I know there were multiple.
There's volume 1, there's volume 2.
I know there's multiple volumes, but did they have like a trilogy and then another trilogy?
I think so,
Something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think some of it might have come after the first Walking Dead as well.
There might have been, yeah. Here's if you're a fan of the Telltale games, or if you're not, heavily recommend the Back to the Future game. I consider that one of their best. Wolf Among Us is really good too. I really like Wolf Among Us. But Back to the Future was fantastic. Problem is, folks, if you play Back to the Future Telltale version, okay, the Telltale games, do not get it on Steam. If you get it on Steam, you're going to get the old version of the game. If you get it on PC at all, you're getting the old version of the game. What you want to do is get that on, I think, PlayStation 4 or Xbox. I think they're the only versions that did this.
And good luck.
Yeah, right? It's hard to find.
Yes, and it's becoming more expensive.
This version of the game, they re-recorded Biff Tannen's lines with the original actor, and they remastered, cleaned up some things here and there. So that is the definitive version of the way to play that game. And I'm surprised that we didn't see a re-release of it because it's the anniversary.
Yeah, now would have been the perfect time to do that. When there's so many different things to take into consideration with a remaster, with the rights, the IP, the developers who've created it and stuff. It can make a project like this be in limbo for a long time. That's a reason why we may not see the Jurassic Park Telltale game anytime soon.
Exactly.
That's another one
that's super expensive.
It's getting a bit more expensive. I have the 360 version. I don't know if there's a PS3 release as well, but that one, it's not the best Telltale game, but it's good. It's pretty good. If you like Jurassic Park, it's quite good.
Speaking of Back to the Future, Back to the Future recently had their anniversary. So I went to go see it in theaters recently. I dressed up like Marty McFly. Legitimately did because I bought all the stuff accidentally. Like I got some clothing that looked close to it.
Accidentally.
It was, I honestly wasn't on purpose. I bought a vest, and it's like a high vis vest, and I bought it because I like to go out for night walks a lot, so I wanted people to see me when I'm walking so they don't hit me with their car. And then I was like, wow, this is like the exact same color of the vest he wears during the movie. So then when I went to go to the movie, I was like, I'll just wear clothing that's similar. Like I didn't go out and buy like specific clothing to match everything. I didn't wear suspenders, which he wears suspenders.
That's true.
But I went to go see the movie. I wish this was still in theaters because everyone needs to see this. Back to the Future in 4DX. 4DX has moving seats. They smoke fills up the theater when you're inside of it. When Marty does a spit take, he spits right in your mouth if you have your mouth open. You will feel it in your face. Don't smile while watching Back to the Future. You will legitimately get a mouthful. So that happened. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun to watch the movie that way because as like basically every moment where there's a lot of movement, you feel everything. When Marty crashes the DeLorean into a barn, you smell the barn in the theater. Like they did everything to kind of mask that. And it was just a really fun experience. Honestly, one of the best movie-going experiences that I felt was like really immersive and brought you closer to the film a little bit. So,
yeah. I always worry that going to a film with the whatever 4D, 5D, 6D or whatever, I always worry that's just a gimmick and I'll wind up with like whiplash and not much of a good time being had. But yeah, you can vouch for it, eh?
Yeah, they at least pause the experience so it's not constantly on the whole time. I think that's important. Matthew Brown sent in 5 Rerez gift memberships, so that's 5 people got memberships.
Oh,
Thank you so much,
that's
Matthew.
awesome. Sharing the love.
Anyone who just got a membership, go into the Rerez. Now that you're a Rerez member, go in there. Take a look at the exclusive videos we have there because we have a whole bunch of Rerez on.
There's Rewatch, where we take a look at some of our older episodes on Rerez, a lot of Just Bad Games, mostly Just Bad Games stuff there. We have our, if you watched our Niagara Falls video, we have the video that we made before we went to Niagara Falls where we tested just checking out a local arcade, and we had a lot of fun in that one too.
Yeah, there's a sequence in there where I get physically hurt pretty bad and it sucked, and that was in that footage and we never put it in the final version.
It's worth the membership for that reason alone.
It's bad. And the Rerez rewatch episodes, it's Adam and I rewatching the episodes, talking about all the things that got left out and cut behind and all that.
Yeah.
And there's also a Tamron episode on there that has some extended sequences that never made it into the final version of the episode.
Is it about 5 to 10 minutes?
5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes of extra footage on Tamron there. And that was, some good jokes.
Good stuff.
Some good jokes there.
Jacob Alexander sent in a super chat as well. Okay, attempt number 2. Will Adam ever escape, or is he down here forever with Shane and Jungle Tex wears among others? You're down here, Adam. You're down here with me forever.
How old is that at this point? 7 or 8 years?
Yeah, and that was the first time you ever appeared on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. It is
face,
my face. Yeah, I think the back of my head was in an older video on another channel, but yeah, it was the first time.
Yeah, in your on your old channel. So for those of you who don't know, Adam used to be It's a Dog in Game.
Yes.
He still is It's a Dog Game, technically.
Sure, it's my email address. But it was an animated show I used to do. And then in the last episode, I think I showed the back of my head as I was editing.
You were in the robot costume, right?
No, my friend was.
That was.
Or wait.
Wasn't that you?
I was.
Okay,
Yeah. No, my friend was behind the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how freaked out was he? Like, okay, what you need to do is you need to film me while I wear this robot costume.
No, the best part, again, if you've been watching since the beginning of the stream, I was living abroad at the time, so I was in South Korea, and I know there was someone in like the apartment building just behind us. They walked out onto the roof probably to like get laundry or something that was hanging up there, and I think they stopped during one of our takes and just watched and were like, "What the heck are these foreigners doing?" This man is dressed up in boxes with like, I don't know, I had like cling wrap and tinfoil all over me.
That's hilarious.
Good times.
Corrupty Kitty sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. What are your thoughts on the Twisted Metal series and also what happened to the Strange Games series? We're making a new Strange Games episode.
Yeah.
We just talked about it a couple of minutes ago. Stay tuned on that. It's really cool. It's just taking us some time to get that one done. I am the biggest fan of Twisted Metal. I love the first game.
Okay.
The first game has a unique feature where you can go into first person where you can see inside all the vehicles. Don't sleep on that. Do it. There's a lot of details within those moments. I love Twisted Metal 2. Love Twisted Metal 3. Not as good as 2, but still a fun game.
2's the high watermark as far as I'm concerned for the time period. In let's say every Twisted Metal game, looking at them in their bubble,
Yes.
I would say Twisted Metal 2 was the high watermark. Great music. It felt like the gameplay hit like the perfect pitch, the sort of like battle zone nature of it, where you're just destroying. Like one of my favorite levels is that town you just go through and just decimate. But the third one that you mentioned, featuring Rob Zombie.
Yes, I had the soundtrack.
Rob Zombie's Dragula, I believe. The soundtrack to that game is fantastic, especially if you're into like new metal, like really cheesy, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Is Power Man 3000 on that too?
I hope so.
Because that's Rob Zombie's brother.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I love that song.
Worlds Collide.
Worlds
Really
Collide. Yeah.
My favorite thing about Twisted Metal 2 is like I played it so much. I remember in the New York level, you can see the Statue of Liberty, and from a distance, if you shoot it with your gun, you can blow it up. But it's like it's in the background, and it made you feel like there was all these hidden details.
And there
so
were.
I remember,
there absolutely were.
So you're just going around everywhere trying to do anything.
A lot of the times, the things that you would destroy, you just do it for the heck of it, but you'd find things. You'd find like your special weapons or whatever. And I have particularly rose-tinted glasses or nostalgia for the original PlayStation games.
Sure.
I didn't play it's like Twisted Tykes or whatever, the little baby.
Tiny Brawl.
Tiny Brawl? Yeah. No, I never played that one, but I think the last one that I really, really like just ate like a delicious Twisted buffet was Twisted Metal Black.
On the PS2, yeah?
Black was so good.
Yeah, I have Twisted Metal Black on my PS3. Everybody forgets, even if you have a software emulated PlayStation, or no matter what PlayStation 3 you have, even if it's one that doesn't have backwards compatibility, Twisted Metal Black has a digital version that will work on the PS3. I don't know why it exists, but I have it and it totally does work. You know what? I have to turn it on again to see if it actually still does work. Maybe whatever.
Talk about an amazing, just the freaking, I think just the splash page.
Yeah.
For that, like the intro, like the track screen.
Yes.
For that with the Rolling Stones. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like
it's good.
What a way to start a game, and then the gameplay is on point as well.
I haven't. I've watched the first season of the series, and I really like the first season. I haven't watched season 2.
I was going to mention it. I'm not going to talk about the second season too much. I do think it's better in the first one.
I know who Calypso is, and I'm very excited. I love that.
You
actor.
should be.
Yeah.
You should be. Yeah. Twisted Metal, if you're sleeping on the series, Twisted Metal, it's cheesy, it's stupid, and it knows it. Yeah. And that's exactly what it needs to be.
It's Fallout with cars, folks.
Yeah, it is.
That's all it is.
It's ridiculously goofy. If you can just buy into the world, just buy the ticket, take the ride, you'll have a fantastic time. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows where you're just like, no, I know it's silly. We know they're shooting at each other and bullets should be doing things that they're not. It's fine.
They did a good job. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched the second season. I've watched the first.
Yeah.
But when it comes to car combat games, Vigilante 8 Second Offense, that's my favorite.
Hands down.
On the Dreamcast, there's nothing better than
It's the only way I played it
version.
was on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
The Dreamcast gives you all the levels of the first game and all the levels of the second.
I was always that hovering car because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Yes. Yeah. That was my favorite.
So cool.
Yeah, the future car.
Future car.
Do me a favor. If anybody is out there from, what is the company that always does the remasters of old games?
Are we talking about Night Dive?
Night Dive. Yeah. Night Dive.
We could say Night Dive. We could say Digital Eclipse. We could say Blue Point.
Whoever
Blue Point remake?
Whoever it is.
A Vigilante?
Whoever it is.
It's crazy, man.
Please, Vigilante 8, Second Offense, Vigilante 8-1, and also Interstate 76.
76? Is it?
Interstate 76 is a classic PC game that doesn't run for anything. It is completely toasted. The thing does not run on like any computer I have. It takes forever to get it to operate properly. It is a nightmare, but the game is totally worth it. If you're a fan of the Mech Warrior series, Vigilante or Interstate 76 is running on the Mech Warrior 2 engine. So it's a really weird, bizarre thing that they got that engine to be a car game, but it totally works. Interesting characters, interesting story. It's got to come back somehow just so we can play that game again because it is worth it.
What
Anyway,
about Rogue Trip?
I wasn't a big fan of Road Trip.
No,
I played that one.
I had no time with Rogue Trip.
Yeah, it's just it's not as good as Twisted Metal. It's not as good as Vigilante Game. So yeah.
It's not a super chat, but there's a question about do we have a plan for another worst ever?
Oh yes, we do have another plan.
Oh god.
Okay.
We got more than enough worst evers.
We've recorded all of the footage for our next worst ever, all of the gameplay footage. This isn't a one thing; it is a systemic problem, and it
encompasses.
For just bad games, we've played pretty bad games.
Yes.
The games that are on the next worst ever are the most broken games we have ever experienced because we're going into a place you've never, or no, we don't think anyone's really ever gone into before, and where people would typically stop playing them for their own health and safety. We just kept on going. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Trust me.
We put on the hazmat suits and went places that people should not go. The beautiful thing about this is that it is another, just like with our Just Bad Games episode we're working on right now, that's 3 things combined into one. This is doing something with the format that's a little different from what you have expected or seen from Worst Ever in the past. We've been looking at hardware specifically a lot on the Worst Ever series. We're going to change things a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Trust me, folks.
We'll leave it at that.
And the first thing you're going to be that's going to be coming out from us will be happening in a little bit. We have a new product that we're reviewing that got sent into the show. We're going to be reviewing that first. So it's that, a Just Bad, a Worst Ever. We're going to aim for the end of the year. Yeah, it's a lot.
The Just Bad we're working on. It's the second longest Just Bad we've ever done, and I'm working on it as we speak. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but this is going to take a while to cook. Let Adam cook. It might take a while, but it's going to be a doozy. Like we said, 3 games in one, and it's very different.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Let's go through a couple more of these. Edge Bedlam sent in another super chat. You planning to add Final Fantasy 13 to your Just Bad Games list? Adam has more experience with the Final Fantasy games. I've only ever beat 1. When I mean that, I mean like 7. I don't mean like I beat 1. I never beat 1.
Yeah. You can beat 1 in if you have 10 hours or 20 hours, you can beat it.
That's not too bad.
10 hours maybe. Yeah, 10 hours.
Maybe we'll cover it, but it's one of those things where we want to really dive into the series to understand why 13 would fail compared to the rest.
I would nix it.
Yeah,
I would nix it. I don't think 13 is a particularly great Final Fantasy game. I think there are way too many hallways, but I don't think it's a terrible game. I got some enjoyment out of it.
What's the worst Final Fantasy in your opinion?
Mystic Quest. I don't know. Mystic Quest is such an easy answer, though. That's the one that was developed for North American sentiments, and it's just dumbed down too much. There's still fun to be had there. It's still kind of cheesy fun.
Whatever Final Fantasy games are free to play, that's one I don't like.
Yeah, Crystal Bearers maybe was one of the. Oh, Final Fantasy All the Bravest is maybe what you're talking about.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of, yeah. Anyone where they stop focusing on the story and they're like, but don't you like the gameplay of Final Fantasy? It's like, no, this is a story game. That's what I care about. Anyway, another super chat from Andrew Palmer. Happy birthday, Shane. Been listening to your vids while doing homework in college. I am so sorry. I'm curious as to where the name Rerez comes from.
Yep.
This is relevant because the new Tron movie came
Morbius.
out. Yes.
The new Tron movie, Morbius.
Tron
yes.
Ares. So we went to go see Tron Ares in theaters. Again, I was dressed up like Marty McFly just because I had what I had on at the time. That was the thing. Anyway, so we saw Tron Ares, and directly after the showing, I've never seen so many depressed people leave a theater.
Trying so hard to be positive.
One
And
person,
they're-
it was a full theater. One person started clapping and no one else followed up.
What's crazy is Jared Leto was there and he wasn't the guy clapping.
No.
So I mean that tells you something, right?
He just turned around and went, "Come on!" He was just so upset.
Oh man! And then he just stomped out.
I'm going back to Mars. It's gonna take me 35 seconds.
Wait, what? No, I know.
We didn't answer the question. In Tron, when a program gets destroyed, they get de-res. That's de-resolution. Re-res is when you respawn, so that's re-res. So that's where I got the idea from. And a bunch of my friends and I, whenever we played a game online and we got killed and we were waiting to respawn, we said we were waiting to get re-resed.
Yeah,
That's what it meant.
I think it was part of the zeitgeist, the video gaming online zeitgeist, a touch. For like a hot second, you would say I'm re-resing.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I don't think it was as impactful as respawning is what we use today,
well,
right?
Well, like coming up with an idea for a video game show, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to come up with a name that sounds like video games.
That's
and
perfect.
like everybody had the game name. Everybody had a name. There was everybody. Everybody had a name.
And
they all
this
got
is
it.
in like, what, 2008 or so when you were like first looking into it?
Right.
I mean, nowadays, you can't, I mean, it's impossible.
So I was trying to
you can't
find
make a
something.
name that has anything to do with games.
I was trying to find something, and I was like, re-res. And I looked online, like, nobody remembers what that word was. Cool. And
Great.
I just, took it, and that was it. Okay, so Rune Galen sent in a super chat. They've been a member for 18 months. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Shane, and hi, Adam. How are you? Adam, how are you?
I'm very good. Wow, no one's asked me that in so long. I'm good. I'm playing a game I'm really enjoying right now.
What are you playing?
Well, I'm playing Cyberpunk, Shane.
On the Switch, too.
On the Switch 2.
Yeah.
I'm playing Cyberpunk on the Switch 2. I just finished Dead Space, the remake for, I played that after Alan Wake 2. Dead Space remake on the PS5. I will talk about Cyberpunk, but Dead Space remake was slept on so much, and that game is freaking stellar. Oh my gosh, I forgot how good the original Dead Space was. First off, but they did things in the remake that made the ship that you're doing all the cool, necromorph zombie alien people shooting all that much better. They filled out the story more. It looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, play that game. I know the development team, I think they were shuttered after making that. And it's so sad to see a game that's this good ending, the tail of it ending like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077. I started playing it on the Switch 2 with the mouse controls because I was really excited about mouse controls. I wanted to get... the plan was to play through a game in its entirety using mouse controls. So I got about 2 hours in, and then I stopped. Not because the mouse itself, like the cursor, was an issue. I actually like that. I really enjoyed that for aiming. But the button configurations for Cyberpunk aren't really jiving with me. Again, I think this is a very good game, but the way that they have the controls configured by default, I think I have to rejig. I'm 20 hours in, and I haven't done that. Because the game itself is enthralling. I like the characters. There's a lot of jank, but kind of like with Twisted Metal, if you can buy the ticket, take the ride, sort of ignore a bit of the silliness, the multiple of the same NPCs popping up, the random assets popping here or there. There is a pretty compelling story so far, and the gameplay is very good. It's allowing me to approach things the way I want to approach them. It doesn't always work perfectly with story beats per se, but yeah, you do feel like I can go stealth. I can be a cool hacker hacking into the enemy players, setting them on fire and stuff.
Cool hacker.
Cool hacker, man. I feel like I'm some relic of the past talking about something everyone already knows about. But the Switch 2 version looks very good. So if any of you are sitting on that or haven't played Cyberpunk 2077 yet, plays a lot better than it did day one.
It's way better than the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, because we made that
version,
episode of Unpatched, where we were basically saying, like, it's Garbo.
Yeah.
It was really bad before the patch.
Everybody asked us too.
Yeah.
Why didn't you make a Just Bad Games episode of that game? And it's like, well, the game couldn't keep existing like that. They had to update it, and they totally did. And now people really like it.
And on other platforms, like, it was kind of your mileage may vary. It's still not perfect today, but back then on PC, it was a little bit better than it was on consoles, right? But yes, I would say the Switch 2 version really has wowed me so far, 20 hours in.
Okay, we're going to go through a couple of these super chats just so we can make sure we got everybody. Joshua Hosmer sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Your show makes me happy. We're very thankful for that.
You guys make us happy. Thank you for showing up.
Jerry Ross sent in one saying, happy birthday. Any chance for Just Bad Games or of ECW Hardcore Revolution? That's a lot of history about wrestling we'd have to get into. And I was a WWF kid. I was not an ECW
See, he
kid.
said WWF and not WWE, so you know
Because
how far
it was
back.
WWF.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know how far back he goes.
Jeez, I may have watched WCW too, now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That goes back some.
WCW versus NWO was a huge game for me and my buddies back in the N64 days. That was a great title.
The Phantom Returns sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Huge fan of the channel. I enjoy your range of voices. And you and Adam are a great dynamic duo. Thank you so much.
You know, off camera, Shane and I, we have a rule. We're not even allowed to make eye contact with each other.
As soon as this is off, we're not even going to talk to each other.
We both just start smoking fake cigarette.
Fake cigarette.
We don't smoke. No. It's nice. It's great to...
We put on our real French accents and leave.
Yeah, we have I have this really high-pitched voice, and it's crazy. I have to, focus.
Goodbye, Adam. I do not want to see you again. Leave me alone.
But in all seriousness, when I started YouTube, I was an animator working solo, and Shane was doing his stuff mostly solo as well. He did have some other folks working with you from time to time, but it's nice to be with a team. And this is with our producer, editor, writer, all things good. Robin, part of the trifecta here. Having this group together is so much better.
And sometimes Tristan, once in a while.
Tristan as well. Tristan is a member of Rerez officially.
Yes.
Being able to work with friends is something that not a lot of people have the luck to have in life. And honestly, we feel super lucky to be able to this is our career. This is what we do for a living. Being able to do this and to share this with you and to do it with friends, it's it's not always any job is going to have difficult things, there's challenges, but that's part of the fun. And that's part of everything,
Just Bad Games and Worst Ever would not... Okay, Worst Ever, I started by myself alone in Psychosis. It has morphed.
Yeah.
But Just Bad Games does not exist without the team. It's not just Adam and I.
Yeah.
Tristan has helped with episodes, playing the games, helping write. Robin has played the games, helping write.
Yeah.
It's a team effort because to really analyze the bad games we do is so taxing.
Yeah.
But you gotta break them down. And then, for the latest game we're playing, which we're not gonna say, this series is a big series we're looking at. We've had to play every single game in the series in order to properly take a look at what we're looking at now to be able to go, okay, this is the worst one. You have to do that.
And we want to double and triple check things. And guys, you've been watching. The episodes aren't getting any shorter. So yes, we need. We need, Walk It Out tried. Walk It Out could have been a 7-hour epic, but we figured maybe 6.5 hours of walking footage wasn't.
It's well, how long is it going to take to walk around this island? And then days later, we're just walking in the living room in place the whole time. And what really sucks? When you're walking in your living room, you're looking out of a window where you could actually be walking outside seeing real trees. But I didn't get to do that.
No.
Instead, I'm sitting indoors.
Yeah, to look at digital trees.
Murasashi sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. I noticed some of the bad games thumbnails have changed again. I always wondered about the reason. Also, enjoy your B-Day. Thank you. So we changed the thumbnails on the videos for pretty much everything on Rerez over time because we get to tweak them and see what isn't working, what is working. Sometimes people don't watch the videos because the thumbnails, it's not that they're bad originally, but they don't convey what the episode's actually about, so people won't click on it.
Yeah, and sometimes you can think that the thumbnail's perfect for something, but there's just less traction with it. Us evolving the look of thumbnails is part of evolving for the format. YouTube is continuously evolving the way it shares out videos and stuff, and if you don't try to evolve along with it, you might get lost in that algorithm. Yep. So yeah, it's unfortunately you got to play the game, right? This is our job. So yeah, sometimes the thumbnails have got to change, but the good thing is it's still our thumbnails. We still put artistry into them and love into them.
What Adam and I and the whole team refuse to do, like up until this point, there is not a single Just Bad Games episode or Worst Ever episode that has any brand deals on it. We don't like stuff like that. But changing the thumbnails, modifying that stuff, and the latest episode we did with Tamarin, we have an extended version of that episode, not because we were going out of our way to make an extended version. What ended up happening was that we had some sequences that didn't work out that well, and it was just elongated. And we were like, well, we can make it a bit shorter, but then we had this longer episode. So we were like, well, we can just share it on the membership section. That way we don't have 2 episodes up with different varying lengths. And that happens. You get to see kind of the background of what happens when we're making these things. But anything we do for Rerez, we're always doing it to make it better for folks to watch.
Exactly.
We're not doing it because we want to, like, we're trying to like game the algorithm. We just literally need to make it so people know.
Yeah, it's not about gaming the algorithm, but it's about staying relevant in the YouTube space. Yeah. So that's a kind of wavy answer.
Alan Michael sent in a super chat. Speaking of Telltale, have you played Dispatch? It's so good. Also,
that's
do you
the
all
police.
play board games or social deduction games at all? Social deduction games, I have played a couple. Well, it was like a group clue game at some point. I forget what it was. No. What's it called? The one where you have to figure out who's the killer in the spaceship.
Oh, that's Among Us.
Among Us.
Among Us.
I've played Among Us with a group of people. I usually play the last couple times I played Among Us, it was with like a group of voice actors. So everyone's putting on a voice while they're playing, and you can't really tell who's lying or not. It is, but then it gets extreme because then it's really difficult to play when they can act. You just don't know. My trick for playing Among Us is that I act like I have no idea what's going on, so nobody knows if they can trust me or not. Because I'm just like, how do I play this game? I don't get it. And at the end, I know how to play it the whole time. I'm playing the game.
Dude, 4D chess.
4D chess.
But speaking of chess, board games.
Oh, Dispatch.
Oh.
Dispatch.
Okay, well,
I want to play Dispatch.
Okay.
I really, really do. Haven't picked it up yet, but I really want to play Dispatch. Don't spoil it, but I haven't played it yet. Board games.
Board games. My wife loves board games. We have a very large collection of board games, and she's gotten me way, way into board games, more than I ever thought I would be. I didn't think I was a board game person for a long time. I'm going to connect this to video games, though. Slay the Spire, the board game.
Oh, board game.
Is ridiculously good. It is so good, and they're making an expansion for it. If you like Slay the Spire, Slay the Spire, for those that do not know, is a roguelike card-based, I would consider it almost like a turn-based RPG style of game. And don't let the cards scare you away. I know people hate cards in games for some reason. Slay the Spire is really good, and it's in the way that it is calibrated with your different abilities. Your characters can poison, or they can strengthen themselves or weaken the enemies, and it's small truncated battles that lead up to big bosses. If you like roguelike games and you haven't played Slay the Spire, you need to. The video game, you need to. But the board game takes that exact gameplay, and it is basically very similar feeling, surprisingly very similar feeling as a board game, with some tweaks that make it special, and it can be co-op multiplayer, which is really fun. That's how my wife and I played through it, and it is my favorite board game of all time. We've played dozens and dozens of board games, and Slay the Spire. It's been the top for the last 2 years for me.
Do we play any board games? Have we played any? Yeah, we used to play the escape room ones, right?
There's Exit. There's
Exit.
Unlock.
Angry because they were so poorly written.
Yeah,
one of them was pretty bad.
Your mileage may vary. I would suggest Unlock, and especially early-ish versions of Unlock feel less cheap. But the issue with those games is that you play them once, and then hopefully you forget about them in 2 years, and then you can break them out again. I want something that has some longevity to it. Like, I've broken out Slay the Spire, the board game, several times. Because it's just great gameplay. And even though we've beaten it, we go through and beat it with different characters. Another good one, really quick, Resident Evil 1, the board game, the newest one, very good.
Really?
Well, it's very good. A little complicated, but if you like Resident Evil the traditional Resident Evil games, particularly the survival horror, like the PS1 days, you'll like the board game.
Usually I just break into somebody's mansion, strip naked, and start screaming Jill Sandwich and running up and down the streets until somebody will arrest me. That's my Resident Evil. Anyway.
Okay, with that, we'll move on from board game time. What's next?
Roxas sent in a super chat again. Thank you so much, Roxas. This may be a question that has been asked before, but will you be conducting negative reviews of counterfeit consoles again in the future? Also, are you still seeing the Ghost plushie? Are you still selling the Ghost plushies? No, we're not selling the Ghost plushies anymore, but stay tuned. We may do another run, but this guy, this little one's done for now.
Can I have him?
Well, you already have one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I just want another one.
We will eventually sell Ghost plushies again, I'm pretty sure, just not at the moment. We have a storefront that is on our, I think it's actually in the description of this stream, where we have hoodies and hats, and we have plushie backpacks.
Oh, yes.
So we have a Ghost backpack.
If you fill up the Ghost backpack with shirts or other stuff, it's basically a plush at that point.
So it's really big.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on, man. And you can wear it on your back.
Do you want to get one so we can show people what it looks like, I guess? Or just go to the website, you can see them.
Yeah. You can
Those
see
aren't
it.
Photoshop pictures. We actually got them in person, and we designed them to make sure that they
and we
work
modeled.
properly.
We had a whole day doing a thing.
We went outside of an abandoned theater and took a bunch of pictures.
He ain't joking.
Corrupt Kitty sent in a super chat. Hi, I love your channel. Also, have you heard of the game Brutal Legend? Of course, by Double Fine, a heavy metal themed RTS with arena combat. Fantastic soundtrack, interesting story. Jack Black's performance is amazing. You've got some really classic heavy metal like singers that are
Lemmy from Motorhead, Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath.
And a bunch of
I think
others,
Judas
too.
Priest is in there somewhere as well.
He is, yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good.
It's a really good game. The combat gets weirder as you play, a little bit unfocused, but I would love to see them remaster that game.
Yeah, or make a sequel like out of nowhere. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did hear the newest Double Fine venture was a pretty cool experiment. The
one where you're a lighthouse?
The lighthouse based game.
Keeper?
Keeper.
That's
it. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about Keeper. Not a long game, which sounds good, you know.
Jacob Alexander sent in a super chat. Had to reference the wireless video as its peak. Do like the wireless video. It has been a long time since I've played that system. Eventually, we will talk about that console again, but not for a little bit. Trip Kangaroo sent in a super chat. Love the sound of the strange game. My favorite series. Think the Creature Life Sim series might count, or too tedious of a game loop for good filming. It's an interesting series. I've only played the first one a little bit, but I haven't really got into it. But that is a very strange game. Do you ever play Creature?
I know of it. I've never touched it.
Yeah.
Never played it.
PC only, right? I don't think that ever came out to anything else.
Not that I know of.
Matthew Brown sent in a super chat. Glad my internet is back for this. Have either of you heard or played Wadget Eye Point and Click before? Yes, I think I have. I forget which one, and it was recent. Wadget Eye Point and Click. Which one did I play? I think it's the one where you're on this island of garbage and then you have to like escape. I'm pretty sure that's a Wadget Eye Point and Click game.
This is the first time I've heard of a Wadget.
It's a developer, I'm pretty sure. Reaper of Burgers, that is a name. Member for 28 months.
Holy crap.
2nd August, that's a lot of leeway. Hendrik Fan sent in a super chat as well. Remind me what the counterpoint is to Just Bad Games. Also, have you who's been your favorite character to voice? Like Batman, Just Bad Games candidate, Epic Mickey too. That's a good idea. I don't know. Is Batman my favorite?
You do have a lot of fun when you're Batman for sure,
Yeah.
but we cannot forget the King, our Lord and Savior, our man of Morph. Morph Man, dude.
Yeah, Morph Man's my.
Okay, well, if I'm to pick for Shane, that's my favorite Shane voice.
Yeah.
I only want Shane to talk to me in the Morph Man voice.
The Morph Man voice is my favorite because it is an impression of an impression of an impression. It is a character in Toonstruck is named I forgot the character's name. He's a bird. Okay. Anyway, so this character, he talks like this, and he's constantly telling you things of all kinds, and he's constantly like that. And when I was a kid, I loved that voice and how to imitate it. None of my friends played Toonstruck, so they didn't know what the heck I was doing. Bric-a-Brac. His name's Bric-a-Brac. And it turns out when I got older, I would do that voice, and someone went, "Oh, that's a good Ed Wynn voice," and I was like, "Who's Ed Wynn? I don't know who Ed Wynn is." And it turns out that the voice actor who did Brick-a-Back was doing an Ed Wynn impression. So Ed Wynn has been in a bunch of movies. He's in he's in Mary Poppins, but he's in a bunch of other films, and he talks like this all the time. And so that's where my Morphman comes from. But that voice, when we were originally doing it, Adam and I were talking back and forth while we were doing our voiceover. When we do our voiceover of the episodes, it looks just like this. Adam and I sit across from each other with these microphones, and we read over the script. And when we were doing that, Tristan was with us, and Tristan laid down Morphman voiceover, and he can do a really good Ed Wynn as well.
Mean Ed Wynn, Brick-a-Brack.
So if we were ever to do it in like a setting where we have like a script where we're reading that out loud, Tristan's got to be on board because he can tap in when my voice gives out completely. Josh Blue sent in a super chat. What's your opinion on Yakuza PS2? Good, bad, a contender for worst ever? So the original Yakuza game on PlayStation 2 is bizarre. Now, I'm a huge fan of Yakuza. I love Yakuza 1, love Like a Dragon, the new release. Well, not new release anymore. They keep releasing those games fast.
Infinite Wealth.
Right?
And, Pirate Yakuza.
Pirate Yakuza, yeah. And there's another one, The Man with No Name as well.
That was between those two, I think.
So Yakuza on PS2 was done with voice actors that made it kind of sound like they were all gangsters, like New York style gangsters and stuff like that. So the original like release in North America is, people consider it pretty awful. It is not originally Yakuza. It is its own little beast. I've never played it because it takes too much time to play those games. And if I'm going to play it, I'm going to play Yakuza 0. Right, that's what we have now.
Right, or dip into the Kiwami release.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah,
I played a few hours of Kiwami, and I want to go back to it. The original Kiwami one. Yakuza is a series that I've purchased so many of the freaking games, and I'm like, I will play through this series every year. I'm like, I will play through the series. I just got to put them on my my bucket list because there's just so much on my bucket list to get to. I'm probably going to start with Kiwami and then go to 0 after that. I know you're not supposed to. I know 0. A lot of people say is like a good, but much more accessible.
First one I played,
much more accessible entry point. But I feel like I want to start with Kiwami 1.
Sure.
So
Cleodora Silvestri sent in a super chat. If Tron 1982 hadn't failed so badly, we probably would call Windows an operating system. Wouldn't call Windows an operating system, but call it a master control program. That is a very good point.
It's much cooler.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Pokemon Trainer Platinum sent in a super chat. Have a couple questions about Just Bad Games. First, have you still considered my idea for a worst racing game style episode on wrestling games? We have talked about this internally, about doing a wrestling game episode. It's not off the table, but Adam and I believe that the next big combination game is probably going to be a fighting game episode where we talk about a bunch of bad fighting games.
Yeah, I for wrestling, that's going to take an education, I feel like. And it's not to say that it's taken off the table, like Shane was saying, but...
You're probably thinking, what's a bad WWE game or a bad WCW? Oh, you don't even know the bad wrestling games that exist on the Famicom. You don't even know. There's wrestling games out there that are so freakishly terrible to play that'll make your eyes bleed. There are games that we've seen that we know we want to put in compilations because to make a single episode about one of these things would be a trial. So you have to bundle them up. That was one of the things with the racing game
series,
was that there was all these little games that we played, but we couldn't make them full-length episodes, so we bundled them together. Which, by the way, on my Steam account, what I've done is I've got this wish list, and people see my wish list on Steam, and they're like, wow, Shane's got a problem, because if you look at it, you're like, why would you want these things? And I use the wish list system as a way to see what games I should be picking up in the future for Just Bad Games and stuff like that. So I recently picked up the truck game.
Big Rigs. Okay.
I just picked it up for Steam.
Oh, beautiful.
We've already done our episode. I didn't need that, but I knew that they had done some things to it. So when you start it up, it has this weird interface. It's really broken.
Okay, so it's different from the version we
originally played. Yeah. So I've actually sat down and played it. It's garbage. The achievements are just letters. So it's like S, M, F, D, and whatever. And they don't have any descriptor to them. So you just randomly get them for doing random things. It is a completely busted experience. It is not worth your time. But I had to pick it up just to confirm that, do we need to go back into this? Do we need to play it again? So yeah, that's why.
Well, answer the question, sir. Do we need to go back into it?
No, we don't.
No, okay.
It's the same game. It's just they just busted it further, right? So yeah, I'll go through and play a bunch of those games, and I will write down lists of things we should be covering. So fighting games, I've had that happen a couple times, or I've played a couple where I'm like, wow, we should cover this, but you can't just do a full episode on that one game. Okay, so Hans Gonk sent in a super chat. Happy B-Day, Shane. Thank you. One of the best VG shows on YouTube. I wonder if you'll do worst ever for consoles that don't exist, like the Amico. Okay, folks.
I have an Amico right here. I don't know what you're...
I was reaching out to someone that has an Amico.
Yeah,
They do exist.
the legit hardware,
Yes.
right?
The Amicos do exist. They were sent out to people. Someone just purchased one on eBay for about $2,000 or $3,000. The second controller was broken. The first one was working. If we're going to cover the Amico, we're going to play a real Amico. If we can find one, we will bring it in and we will play it and we will do a review on it.
I would love that. I would absolutely love
I already have access to some of the games, so we can do that. But the actual hardware is essential to us doing a review. If we can never find one, eventually we'll do a worst ever on it. But we're actually connected to the story on that, unfortunately, because we interviewed Tommy Tellerico at the very beginning. So when a lot of people do videos on this, and then he used my voice and my face, our voice, our face,
Our quotes,
yeah,
basically?
our quotes
or...
to try and sell the system on a funding platform. So I don't even know if it was him that did it, but somebody.
Yeah, not to say that he specifically did it, but eventually we need to talk about the system. But we'll see whether or not we can get our hands on the hardware. It's still it's been several years.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those things will float our way, and then we can send it back to wherever it came from.
Yes. Trust me, outside of camera shot right now over there's a bunch of boxes of video game systems people have never made videos on, and they just sit over there because we are so busy with other productions, we haven't got to working on those things yet.
Yeah, it's like the Indiana Jones warehouse, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, of bad games.
Very
Awful
much
stuff.
The end of Worst Console Ever 3.
Yeah, right.
Pokemon Trainer Platinum sent in another super chat. Second, any chance for a Just Bad Games on Universal Studio theme park adventure for the GameCube? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I played that one. Yeah, we own a copy of that. That is one we would definitely do. Two Scribble sent in a super chat. How did the joke of Shane always getting to drop the "It's just bad" and Adam never getting to start? It first appeared in the Tiny Toons Bad Games video, but that was the Genesis 4.
Wow, I didn't even remember that. I didn't know that it started there.
Yeah, that's where it started. You've said it with me.
It's
Once.
Yeah. That was for the compilation 10 bad games you probably never played.
Yes.
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 It's one of those things where you just start doing a thing and it just keeps going. I'm going to try to sneak one in one of these days. You guys watch out. Okay.
Yeah, you edit everything.
I do. I do edit everything. I could just.
It was. I think we did it in Tiny Toons because we just thought it sounded funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
no one can hear me, but you can repeat what I said. Shane, you did the first Just Bad.
I did the first Just Bad.
You did the ending.
And I did the ending. Yeah. I edited the video. I did it all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing that every episode.
Yeah.
It's just like.
3 Tiny Toons games.
That's right. We did 3 Tiny Toons games and 2 false endings, and it sounded nice to have Adam try and get it, and then I interrupt him every time.
Yeah.
And then I interrupt him again at the end, and the idea was like, it's always my line. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but like,
Funny.
yeah. When I was doing Rerez by myself, if I ever did a voice or something, it was just I couldn't ask anyone, and I just wanted to do it really quick. So I got used to just putting on voices constantly. And when I was a kid, I had a Talkboy FX Plus.
You
like
lucky
one of those
SOB.
Yeah, one of those little like cassette tape
Honey,
recorders.
we're home.
Yeah, right.
Honey, we're
So I would just constantly practice doing voiceover stuff. I did voiceover work for friends, like recordings and stuff. And I just always had fun doing that. So I kept training at that, not knowing that I would ever use it in the future. But yeah. Crazy Cathedral sent in a super chat. They've been a member for 20 months. I'm an eagle. That's always my fun. Cameron JK just became a Rerez member. Thank you, Cameron.
Thanks, Cameron. Awesome.
And Hendrick Fan 5 sent in a super chat. Adam, what's your favorite voice you've done? Do you have a favorite Just Bad game? Between the both of you, what's a game you wish was published but wasn't? Epic Mickey 2 ended on a cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh, so many good questions there. Okay, for me, the favorite voice that I've done, is probably Aquaman from the Aquaman episode.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that. Dolpho? Dolpho, no!
I love that one.
I return to that episode from time to time just for the Dolpho moment where he... Well, you'll have to watch the episode. To describe it might get us demonetized.
When we were doing that episode, I was like, you should do it, because I was like, I'm doing Batman, and eventually if these two ever show up on and Superman.
Right.
If at some point these characters show up.
We need to share the
I can't just do like every superhero character. That's not fair. And you were doing a really good Aquaman, so I just love the sound.
So that was a lot of fun. Favorite Just Bad game? I often side with Morphman, but every once in a while I think very lovingly of Fix. I really do love that episode.
Adam played all of Fix by himself, and then he came in one day like his hair was all messed up, and he was like, "You gotta see this! What? Just sit down. Look. Do you see where the special feature is? What special feature? Look for the dot. What dot? Look for the dot, Shane.
The collectible.
So
no one had written about it anywhere. There's a single pixel white collectible in every stage of Fix, and I just happened to walk into it in one level, and I was like, wait, what? I got to review the footage. What happened?
You have no idea, folks. He came into the studio. He was sitting down, and then he was like, "Get over here! Get over here now!
Such a dummy.
Look!
Now,
Do you see do you see the collectible?" I'm like, "I don't see a collectible." Look! Friggin' closer! And like he was pointing at the screen. I'm like, "You're just pointing at nothing." He was like, "Walk your character over. Walk over it." And then he found it. Adam found the collectibles in a game that, as far as we know,
there was no walkthrough. There was no. There are now. So that like some people like Albert Einstein has his E=mc² moment. I'm too dumb to actually expound upon that. This is my E=mc² moment. It was my Fix single pixel.
Between the both of you, what's a game you wish was published but wasn't?
I got one with the Virtual Boy re-releasing onto Nintendo Switch Online's service. There is a Virtual Boy game that is developed by Camelot. I'm pretty sure the Shining Force people who went on to do Mario Golf. Or it could have been. It could also be the Fire Emblem developers. Anyway, I am the knight. You'll figure that out, Internet. It is called Dragon Hopper. The game is complete. Nintendo is sitting on this title. It's for the Virtual Boy. It was supposed to be when the Virtual Boy was not doing well and people were saying, "Oh, I'm getting headaches. Oh, this thing sucks." Okay, maybe, but they were trying to make good games to sort of like have a second push out the door. One of those games was kind of leaked and released called Bound High, and it's pretty good. Dragon Hopper was supposed to be part of that same wave, and it was supposed to be a Legend of Zelda style top-down platforming title with multiple tiers, and the 3D element looked really cool. The game, as far as we know, is complete. It was maybe not reviewed in Nintendo Power, but spoken about in length in Nintendo Power. And there are clues that people were playing near finalized builds of that. Release that game! You are bringing this freaking system back.
Maybe they will, right?
See, exactly. Star Fox 2 style. Star Fox 2, it didn't come out until the SNES Classic came out. Do it with Dragon Hopper. There's at least a notable title there. The sprite work looks fantastic. I don't know. The game could be bad for all I know, but for historical purposes, I'm begging you, Nintendo. Dragon Hopper, give it to us.
I'm trying to think of what game I wish was published, but what... Okay, this is a weird one. So I've been recently getting into Pinball FX, the new version of the game. I've been buying a bunch of old pinball tables on there. There was a pinball table that was made, which is called Pinball Circus. It's unique in that it looks like an arcade cabinet and it's vertical. It's made by Python Angelos, who is a really, really good pinball designer. He made Bride of Pinbot and a bunch of others.
okay.
Pinball Circus was in low run, like test units, 3 or 4 units, I believe. There might not be even that many. And yeah, it wasn't mass produced. So it's just this unique pinball game. You can only play at like a pinball museum, and that's it.
Kind of like a Primal Rage 2 Tattoo Assassins kind of thing.
Exactly, right? In terms of like a video game that...
I have one that I can just toss your way because you were talking about it earlier. It was Toonstruck.
Toonstruck 2. Yeah, Toonstruck 2.
I remember you talking about that a lot.
Toonstruck 2 is a big one. I love Toonstruck. So when they were making Toonstruck, this has Christopher Lloyd in it and a ton of amazing voice actors.
Yeah, it's a Monkey Island style point and click adventure game.
Yeah, I mean, oh geez, I just forgot his name. Frankenfurter.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Tim Curry's in the game amongst, like, I can't stress it, a lot of great voice actors are in Toonstruck. To my knowledge, they produced and animated tons of work, and then they didn't put it into the final version of the game. They cut the game in half, sent half of it out. People didn't like the ending, and then the rest of it just never got compiled and turned into a game. There's some work that still needs to be done, but apparently they shot everything. Everything is ready to go, just the game part isn't finished. They've tried to kickstart it a couple times, but it always hits on deaf ears because Toonstruck wasn't available for people to play, and there wasn't a huge fan of it, fan base to begin with. So that happened. That kind of sucked. But yeah, Toonstruck is a big one. That's one that I really cared about a lot. I would have liked to see them continue with the Sin Emergence episodes. Because I have the first one.
Yes, right. They were following in the same. This was when Valve was doing their episodic releases.
Right.
Sin was trying to do the same thing. Sin started as a 3D, like almost like Quake style first-person shooter, and it was good. The original Sin. I didn't play the first episode. You played the first episode?
Yes. Yeah. Just a little bit of it.
This was like 2005, 2006.
Yeah. I got it more recently than that because I when I went to go buy it one time, it was just pulled from the market and they brought it back again.
Yeah.
No joke. I would love to see somebody. I know the home community is working on it right now. I would love to see a group take the original version of Duke Nukem Forever and fix it up, clean it, and actually get it officially released. That version is unique. It has stuff in it that you wouldn't see in other games. It's a cool little thing. But in terms of games that were like well into development and just never came out or were never finished, there are so many classic arcade games that were in some functioning state that just never came out.
I would love to see, you're just talking about Duke Nukem Forever. There were so many versions of Doom 4, right? I would love to get my hands on one of those earlier versions before we got Doom 2016, the very successful reboot, fantastic game. But something about the history, something about the not knowing, it just makes it that much more like exciting, right?
Yeah, it's just like it's this interesting bit. I love parts of history of games where we got to see this really cool stuff, but it's not really capable to have gone back and played it again. Here, two big ones. These were published. These did come out, but you can't play them at home. Physical Namco light gun games and hitting games. I don't know what you call it. Basically, it's an alligator that comes out and you have to bash their heads. There's one where you shoot at these. I think they're like aliens. They're puppet aliens that come out at you. This is a physical game where literal physical puppets come out at you and they come close to you.
Don't forget we look up the name so many times. It's the Ghost House one.
Yes.
The Haunted House one. It plays with...
Ghoul Panic?
Might be Ghoul Panic. It has like the Pepper's Ghost effect.
Yes.
Where there's like it looks like a half invisible ghost in a physical dollhouse. Yeah. That's opening up windows and doors and oven doors and stuff.
So what it is, right? And legitimately, it's a real dollhouse, like a physical, legitimate toy dollhouse
encased in glass, basically. Yeah.
And then there's a monitor at the bottom, and the monitor is hitting up, like reflecting on a screen, a mirror, right?
I think a mirror. Yeah.
So what happens is they put digital sprites into the physical dollhouse, and the physical dollhouse has little motors and stuff where things animate, and you're basically a Ghostbuster, and you have a light gun, and you're like shooting at the ghosts. So this real prop is interacting with you as you're playing it. It is so cool. Versions of this do exist, right? Like out in public, you can go find them, but it's incredibly hard, and they are breaking down. I would love to see a digitized version of that.
And we know that they're capable of doing that because we have that version of Quick and Crash.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is a physical game where you're shooting the whole. It's a shooting gallery style game. The whole crux of this, or the cool thing about this, is at the very end there is a physical coffee mug. Physically there, porcelain, looks porcelain. You shoot it and it smashes into a billion pieces physically right there in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's a cool little trick where they can just like draw it back together afterwards, because I think it's connected with cables or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Or is it a thing where they literally just shoot up? Like they pull down, shoot up.
Yeah.
No. Our producer's right. It's not cables. That would be too messy. they literally close the door
in a second.
Yeah.
In a second, and they shoot up a bunch of broken pieces.
And they blow up a bunch with air. Okay. So that is in Time Crisis 2.
Yes.
Digitized. They have a digital version of that. So if they wanted to, they could digitize things like Ghoul Panic, like
That's right.
we were just talking about.
When I was a kid, this happened relatively side by side. This is going to be a weird thing, but I got to play the Ultra 64 when I was a kid, like literally the Nintendo 64 before it was a Nintendo 64. It was called the Ultra 64.
Yep.
For some reason, I'll never understand, my mom drove me to an event, and they just happened to have this 3D Mario game I had never played before. We actually found footage of it. I wasn't there. I wasn't there on the day that they were filming it for a television show or whatever, but I actually did get to play what was the Ultra 64.
Cool.
Going to school and telling my friends, Mario looks like Star Fox. Like, it was hard to explain that, right? Like, how do you explain that to other kids? Mario in 3D. What, like Reboot? Yeah, like Reboot. You didn't know how to do it. But around that time period, I went to San Francisco and I went to a mall and I got to play virtual VR, like virtual reality, and it's like its earliest arcade state. Virtuon. Not
was it?
Virtuality.
Yeah, was it Dactyl Nightmare?
Dactyl Nightmare. That's what I got to play.
Yeah.
So I played Dactyl Nightmare, which is this really old VR game. I would love, because we've got Oculus, we got all these VR headsets, but none of those games have ever returned to play today.
I'm surprised an enthusiast hasn't made Dactyl Nightmare. There might be.
There's rights issues,
Yeah.
and then those games were all designed to run on Amiga systems, and I don't know where any of that data is. It's all European as far as I know. If we could get those games to work on modern systems and get recreated for current VR, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But anyway, that's one of those things I'd love to see come back.
What I love about our beloved hobby in this medium is that there's never an end to surprises that, like, publishers sometimes bring back remasters, remakes, and stuff, but also just the fan community coming together and bringing back older software and older systems. A great example of that is the Vectrex.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
Well, we're getting that soon.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. For the longest time, if you wanted to play a Vectrex, which is it's a system that I say you should be trying out in person because of the technology, the vector-based phosphorescent, can I say, look to it?
It's what is it? It's because it's such defined lines.
Yes.
It's not it's a CRT, but it's vector. It's vector.
Yeah,
vector
exactly.
graphics.
Vector-based. So kind of like asteroids. Anyway, there's a team right now working on a Vectrex Mini. It's a relatively small team, and the Vectrex Mini looks very cool. It is extremely niche. Like, not too many people grew up with this thing. I had a friend that had one and had 0 games for it, except for the game that was built into the system, which was an Asteroids-like clone. And I played that a lot, and it was really fun. It's great to see projects like this continue to breathe life into things that you would have just thought would have been forgotten.
Yeah.
So there's hope. There's hope that we'll see a Ghoul Panic,
Yeah.
There's hope that we'll see other things. And even if we can't get them in their original form factor, to have some sort of preservation, even if it's a digital style preservation, I'll take anything as long as we can try our best to keep these things.
I've been enjoying playing Pinball FX so much because they're taking original cabinets, pinball tables They're scanning all the pieces, building it together digitally, and with real-time ray tracing, the lighting and everything looks so realistic, and it plays very close to how... See, the beautiful thing with a pinball machine is sometimes they age, they don't work the way that they used to. Maybe the floor it's on is a little bit uneven, the ball goes in the wrong space.
If you think having old retro consoles can be finicky with capacitors and issues over time, a pinball machine is like, it's basically a money sink from the day you get it fresh and new, like, because the toys in it are breaking down, there's issues. So beloved pinball tables, like, you're lucky if you can find an Addams Family table that's playable today, a table that has been released multiple times, re-released, but like, man, these things break down, and we don't really think about it as a player, but eventually the different aspects of these machines, they don't make them anymore. The people that make the thing don't make the thing anymore.
There's a digital pinball table that they sell. At Games, I think, made it. At Games is like, they've been upping their game quite a bit lately.
I saw that the other day. Yeah. The At Games table looks good. I never thought I would say an At Games product looks good.
It's $2,000. But you set up and you have a digital table, and the game will play the same way every single time.
2 screens too.
I gotta say, that kind of stuff, I love to see those kind of implementations. I like to see that stuff happening because it just gives you that ability to replay these things. And I know it's not exactly the same, but hey.
I would always say, if you have a way to physically go out and play these pinball tables, do it, because...
Do it before it's too late,
Do it for a multitude of reasons. Do it before it's too late, but do it also to support the people that are keeping these things alive, because, like...
They need your quarters.
It is blood, sweat, and tears keeping some of these things alive. Like we said, like, people are 3D printing special paddles and toys, and like, they're doing everything they can to keep these things up and running. Luckily, because the hobby is so it's getting larger and larger, it seems like we're getting more people that can make these things a little bit better. But I don't know how long, like, some things are so niche that you don't know if they're going to be able to have another track that looks like that.
Exactly.
Or the flooring or whatever, you know?
Yeah. My next big purchase is probably going to be a Steam Deck OLED, because what I want to do is I want to turn it sideways, use the 90 hertz screen, and then make a tiny little pinball machine with it. Because I just wanted to do that so I could play some of those games.
Did you see that the At Games tables, they have a small form factor one now?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Okay. That might be...
Okay, that might be
the price point is much smaller on that one.
Okay, might be. Okay.
It looks pretty solid, man.
Okay, yeah, I might do that. Ricky the Mad Dragon Zong sent in a super chat, said, "Happy birthday, Shane." Thank you so much. I wonder if you like to do, I wonder if you would like to do a spin-off of It's Just Bad Games, but focus on games that has flaws and things to nitpick, but didn't deserve the negative receptions as it did. Pause on that. We have ideas. We've written some stuff down. Maybe in the future. Not a bad idea, though.
Yeah, great minds think alike. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Sleepy Jack sent in a super chat. "Happy birthday, Shane." Also, Adam, I always enjoy seeing and hearing you in Rerez videos along with Shane.
Aww.
See, nobody wants to hear my voice all the time.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you for the love.
Chancer Pantser sent in a super chat to Shane and Adam. "For Just Bad Games, will you review Transformers: Rise of the Dark Spark?" I think I have that.
Do you have that?
I think I have a digital copy.
know that there are a few Transformers games, especially during the PS3 and 360 era, that are surprisingly good. But I haven't played them yet. I know there's got to be bad ones. I haven't touched this one. I'm interested.
Jamation sent in a super chat. "Maybe a game will break Shane so bad Adam will have to do the ending for him. LOL. Anyway, is the next Just Bad game from the game series, or is it license based?" We won't dive into that.
No,
I
still don't want to give it away. 3 versions of a game that are different.
Yes.
Are different.
Force Demondo sent in a super chat. Demodo, sorry. "Happy birthday, Shane. I wanted to ask the Rerez crew if any of you have ever played the original Thief trilogy, and if so, have you ever played Thief 2014? I've played all of the Thief games. I haven't beaten any one of them, unfortunately, but I have played them pretty thoroughly. The latest Thief game isn't as good as, I think, Thief 2, The Iron Age. No, Thief 2. Is it Thief 2 Iron Age or Thief 2?
I don't recall. You have more experience with the Thief series than I do.
I think Thief 2 is my favorite of them.
I remember Thief 2014 being really divisive when it came out. I don't think it was
it's because it doesn't have the original team working on it. It's a different, but I mean, like, that's okay. There's a new game out right now. I would highly recommend you try out Gloomwood. It's Thief-like, and you might end up enjoying that quite a bit. But again, Thief, one of those game series, I'd love to see those original games get remastered. Thief Gold.
That seems like a Night Dive.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Night Dive Studio would do that justice.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, Night Dive's been doing a great job. I've been going back and playing some of them. I really want to pick up the last couple of remasters that they did.
System Shock.
Yeah, System Shock 2. They did a cleaner version.
And they just did The Thing.
The Thing, and then handful of missions. It's the Western game from LucasArts.
Is it Gunslinger? Is it Gunslinger? Is that what it's called?
No, I forget what it's called. I dropped on my mind right now. But anyway, it's one of those games I added to my wish list, put it there, and I know eventually when it goes on sale, I'm going to grab it. Happy birthday, Shane. This is from, we already asked that one, or said that one. Two Scribbles sent in a super chat. Was Sonic 06 the most painful production, or is there one you all hated working on more? Like, did Adam hate finding those pixels in Fix the Adventure, or was just playing Sonic 06?
Okay. Sonic 06 was the worst production we've ever had.
We recorded it years before we finished making the episode because when we...
Then we had to some stuff, keep re-recording.
We played every single Sonic game, and I mean legitimately every single Sonic game to make sure that we were covering Sonic 2006 properly.
Yep.
I replayed 1, 2, 3 Adventure. Like, I went through it all, completed some of the games to completion as well, because I wanted to get the story accurate based on what we saw in the games, not based on what fans said on the Wikipedia pages. But what was so important, and this is like killer, is that when we were playing Sonic 2006, during our recording session of Sonic's chapter in Sonic 2006, at the very end, there was no audio. We recorded all the video, but there was no audio whatsoever.
We discovered every
Yeah.
video hadn't had audio.
Every video didn't have audio. So I still hadn't played through Sonic 2006. So I was like, it's fine. I need to play through Sonic 2006 to get the full experience so that we can write the script together. So then I recorded Sonic 2006 and the audio messed up.
That's right.
I was using a capture device I was not familiar with. Maybe saying the audio messed up is less
I
truthful.
still blamed Sonic 2006 because it's never happened with any other game.
We went back to the footage later, and it recorded, but it didn't record in the quality that we found acceptable. So now we have these two freaking recordings of Sonic 2006 with great footage and great jokes and great things that we can put into the episode, but we have to construct it using, lesser chunks. We managed to put together the best possible version of this episode that we could, but it's like, Macbeth has that curse. It's like the cursed play. That's what frickin' Sonic 2006 will forever be in my mind.
So what we did is, so because people were like...
By the way, did Adam play it again when we actually went to make the script?
No, here's what happened. Because Adam played certain chunks again, like multiplayer. We kept playing it over and over again.
I played through multiplayer.
And then we did a stream where we played the DLC in front of everybody. But this is important. People asked us in the comments constantly, how did you get this sequence without music? How are you capable of doing that? Folks, there are moments in that video where I've gone through and I pulled all the audio library from the complete Sonic 2006 experience. The entire thing, all the files are named 001, 002, 003. They're all named that. I found every freaking sound effect, every piece of dialogue, and put them back into the video one by one. So when you're watching certain parts of our video, you're getting razor sharp clean audio because we didn't put in the music. So you can hear what the characters are saying without any issues.
It was because those clips had such bad audio.
Yeah.
Like, we can't use this audio.
That's right.
So you had to rebuild it.
Yes.
Can
So
I hear you,
we
Robert?
sorry, yeah, just say what she said.
Oh, okay, yeah. The audio was basically so bad in portions of this game that we had to rebuild it just for the Just Bad Games episode. If you didn't hear what our producer had said,
Yeah.
So yes, it will. As far as I know, it's going to go down in history as like the most difficult production. It's still dubious whether or not that's the worst game we've played, because I still feel like the Just Bad Games episode we're working on right now is the worst.
Physically controlling
Is the worst
most taxing,
title.
yeah.
These 3 games that we're compiling into one episode. But Sonic 2006 will always be special in that it was just such like day to day. We're like, that's wrong. We have to do. And guys, look at the freaking length of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to comb over this 3-hour episode multiple times. It took months and like half a year to make.
Yeah.
It took like a half a year.
We couldn't just launch the episode because it was 3 hours. We had to sit there and watch it over and over and over again. And re-renders kept happening. Little mistakes we'd see and then we'd catch. We rewrote certain sections because we felt that wasn't accurate enough. It was time intensive. But
And we know the series is important to people. It's important to us too. So we wanted to make sure that when we released this episode, that it was truthful to our experience as close as we could make it. And we want to make sure that we did the game and the series as a whole justice.
And you can't, like, running into it, to make a video that would insult the Sonic community that has been there for years and years and years, that's not fair.
No, and that's no video. I don't care what Sonic game you're talking about. It should never be punching down to the community.
Right. And that's one of the parts in our video.
Yeah.
After the whole video was done, we had cut everything and our script was done. A bunch of people that we told we were doing a Sonic 2006 episode, they said, did you watch this person's video? Did you watch this person's video? So we were like, well, we didn't watch anybody's videos, but you know what we should do? At the end, we should list that prior to us making our video, a bunch of other people did. So J Clement 64, we shouted them out. There's AVGN. There's a whole bunch of people there that had covered the episode. Some Call Me Johnny as well. You see them in like a sequence at the end. And we did that specifically to highlight that this bad game has created endless hours of deconstruction, of review from a whole bunch of other people.
There's a zeitgeist. You say 06.
Yeah.
Just 06, not even with the Sonic, and your mind immediately goes to this title, right? If you're into
You
gaming.
don't get that kind of attention because you've got a series nobody cares about. That only happens because people legitimately like Sonic. So yeah. Cleodora Silvestri sent in a super chat. Shane has an SCP style vault to contain cognito hazard consoles that got him noticed by Strange Games Agency. Yes, that's pretty accurate.
How do they know?
Well, I don't know.
Who told them?
That's true, actually.
Wow. Who are you?
Silver Caracal said, Rerez, sorry if I missed you answering this previously, but are the Strange Games videos coming back? I really like both of the current videos. Yes, we have another one into production. It's just taking a little bit of time to do. Matthew Brown sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Have either of you played Blood from 1997 by Monolith? Yes, I have. I am so excited for the new remaster that Night Dive is doing.
Yeah, Night Dive.
Yeah, I think it's pre-order right now, and if you have the original, you can buy it for $6.66.
Of course.
Yeah. I am very excited for that.
I think I played the first level of Blood multiple times. I might have had a demo disc of it back in the day.
I never played it when it originally came out, but I really like Monolith. I think my favorite Monolith game is Tron 2.0, but I have to really go back to their entire series and catalog. Unfortunately, they don't exist anymore. Hendrik Fan 5 sent a super chat. Where did you two come up with the silly voices in Dark after Steiner became a giant angry monkey person? Oh man.
Oh yeah. When he became like the boss at the ending, remember?
Yeah.
And he was talking about hitting the floor.
Yeah.
And stuff. It was just a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah,
we just needed a goofy sort of tough guy voice, right?
Usually what we do is when we're writing a script, sometimes when we're reading it back and forth to each other, while we're reading it, we'll try and make each other laugh, and we'll do stupid voices and like ad-lib things. And some of those ad-libs get into the episode, like all the Batman stuff. That was all ad-lib. When Batman talked in Batman Dark Tomorrow, none of that was scripted.
Mm-hmm.
I think even the sequence, hey, Batman, go over there. Okay.
Yeah.
My parents are dead. I think that was all.
I think what happened was we started recording for it, and then eventually we were like, all right, yeah, we do need a couple of sequences. But originally, it wasn't actually written into the script, I don't think.
Hendrik Fan 5 sent in another super chat. Okay. Hendrik Fan 5 sent in another one. If you two go and create a sequel, Dark deserves a good look at. Metal Gear Dracula, basically. If you do create... Oh, sorry, next game style. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, actually, there is a Metal Gear inspired vampire game that exists. We will be talking about that in the future. Vampire, I think is what it's called.
Oh, yeah. with a Y, right?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Or there's another one too. I have every copy of these games. Someone sent it to me and said, just play it blind, don't think about it. It was when Dark, by the way, came to us, because somebody sent me a copy of Dark on Steam. I don't know who it was, and they just said, don't look it up, just play it. I was like, okay, then I did, and I was like, a lot of games happen that way, where people just send me random games on Steam. Roblox Gamer YT247 sent in a super chat. Have you played the N64 or GameCube at McDonald's? Yes. I have a friend who has the N64 kiosk from McDonald's, and they have it at their house. So, yeah.
But did you play it at a McDonald's?
Yeah, I did. Our local McDonald's had one for years.
Yeah, they had them around. Yeah, like the N64s.
I was way too old by the time I did that, too.
Yeah,
like, it was there for years and years and years.
Come on, it could have been like 97 or 98, right? So I would have been like 13 or so. I would have jumped in. I think they had Mario Kart. They were rocking Mario Kart back in the day.
I mean, my McDonald's had... I think they had Mario Kart on the N64 there well into the mid-2000s.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they just took those down recently.
Yeah. And Romulan Spy sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Romulan Spy.
Yeah, very nice.
And if you're a spy for the Romulans, how dare you? The Federation will be superior, of all ways. That's a Star Trek thing. I don't know. I hope it is. If it's not, then that just didn't make any sense. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're caught up on the super chats. That took a little bit of time.
Wow.
Sorry about that, folks. When we get into answering questions, we just go into whole tirades. One thing that I saw, someone was asking me what games I'm playing right now.
Yeah,
and another super chat just comes in. Okay, here's what I've been playing right now, so everybody can know. Full Throttle Remastered, I'm playing that right now, and I already know the game. I've already beaten it several times. I'm now listening to the commentary, which is really cool to hear all these behind-the-scenes things.
Oh, did Tim Schafer do that?
Tim Schafer did it. Tim Schafer at the beginning of this, it's so cool. Apparently, MTV was going to option a Full Throttle TV show. What? So at the studio, they're playing the game, and at the very beginning, the opening dialogue is, whenever I smell asphalt, I think of Lorene, or whatever her name is. And he says, that's the opening line. So Mike Judge is walking by the office and hears that sequence, and he goes, did he just say, whenever I smell asshole, I think of Lorene? And then he thinks about that piece of dialogue now every single time when he thinks of Mike Judge. Just to know Tim Schafer has that. That's hilarious. I've been playing that. I've been playing a ton of Pinball FX, like way too much. I went and replayed Control a little bit because my desktop computer broke and I got a new one. So I wanted to see what the RTX features looked like on there. It's been neat. I played a little bit of 5D chess. I've got no idea how to play 5D chess. I just recently beat Dave the Diver.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really did. Really fun game. I can't wait for the sequel on that one.
I think I got you that for your birthday.
You might have, yeah.
A couple years ago. I think so.
Bubsy, The Perfect Collection.
Oh, and you're really having a good time there. Well, the Bubsy 4 is looking...
I hear tell.
It's looking kind of great.
I beat Thank Goodness You're Here. That's very funny. Love the visuals of that one. I was playing... Okay. Things I can't mention because they're just bad games episodes. One of them is crazy because I had to get a completely different computer just to play it. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. The visuals are nice. It's just they didn't do anything that makes the game better than what it was.
That's what I was worried about. Can you like go out and get, let's say, the Metal Gear HD collection and play 3 on the HD collection and be perfectly fine with that?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
I mean, they refined some of the controls and stuff like that, but I wanted them to add more. I wanted them to expand on the gameplay. I wanted them to make the game something fresh and new, but they didn't do that because either they're scared or they don't know what to do. I have feelings about Konami that are not very polite or fine, and everyone's like, oh, they should remake the original Metal Gear Solid. It's like, from what I've seen in Delta, they haven't proven they can do that yet. It's going to take some time.
We'll say this though: Konami is trying their darndest right now, and though I haven't played Silent Hill 2 remake or Silent Hill F for that matter, they seem to be very, very well done.
Yeah,
I think Bloober Team is a developer to watch for sure.
Dark Forces Remastered, I'm playing that. Really, really like that. But that's a classic game for me. I recently beat Myst Remastered, and I've been getting into the sequel to Myst. I beat Viewfinder. Loved Viewfinder.
Which one's Viewfinder?
Indie game where you have a camera and you take snapshots, and those snapshots can be placed in any part of the world, and it bends the reality.
Oh,
it's a real. I don't want to spoil the story.
I know that. I know that one. Sure,
very,
sure,
very cool.
Sure.
Yeah, Shane. So first of all, did someone ask you what games you've been playing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because also, yeah, someone just reminded us you were gonna say why the
No,
the Genesis Mini got taken.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. And let me see. I've been going back to Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. I was going through Tetris Forever, and I'm only going to mention 2 more games and then stop. I was playing Mind's Eye because everyone said to play that. And I didn't think it was worth a Just Bad Games episode. And it's one of those things where they're fixing it as they go along. But I think the studio might not have much time left and it's going to go away.
Well, we'll see where things land with that. And then maybe we'll revisit it in the future.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And what else? Capcom Fighting Collection 2, so I could be playing Power Stone. Because that was really fun. Okay. Super chat from 2Scribble. Have you been following the return of Soulja Boy? We gonna get more fun with this Garbo. Okay. Soulja Boy has, it's called white labeling a video game system. So what he's done is there's a console that already exists, and he's taken it, he's put his name on it, and he's gonna resell it. There is no difference between someone going and buying a whole bunch of iPhones and slapping a sticker on the box and calling it Rerez phone.
But this is presumably something from China with no copyright, and there's nothing illegal about it.
Yeah, there's
From that with iPhones, it'd be illegal.
Technically, if you just put if you buy an iPhone, you put a sticker on it and just call it whatever, and you sell it to someone, it's not illegal because they're still buying.
From what I've heard,
you can resell products. You're allowed to do that.
The folks that have created the system that Soulja Boy is putting his labeling on have said that they know that he's doing it and they have no connection to him whatsoever. Basically, this is the 3DS style handheld or DS style handheld?
The DS one. Yeah. To be honest, folks, so just not to get into the long and short of this. We were going to purchase the previous system that Soulja Boy had talked about. We never talked about this online too much. Sorry?
Wasn't it like TRDR?
TRDR.
The Turder.
So, yeah, the Turder. We bought a Turder. We sent them cash for it, and it never arrived. We actually had to contact our bank to argue the charge because it just didn't come in. It was months and months and months. No responses back. We just thought it was never coming out. And from a group of other people we've spoken to, including, I didn't speak to them directly, but Graham from Loading Ready Run bought one, lost hundreds of dollars. He never got paid back. He never got his money back for it. I got a hint early on that this was going to go sideways, so I pulled as fast as we could. I actually spoke to the CEO of TRDR, where he talked about the game system isn't actually a game system. It's going to be a system where you can speak to it and have personal conversations with it, kind of like the modern variation of what AI is. And he was talking about how they're going to send these game systems to old folks' homes so that seniors could speak to it. Then he said for publicity, they were going to send one to space. It was crazy. None of it was video game related, and nothing illegal was going to be on these systems. It was just hardware and so very un-video game-like that we couldn't really get into it. What Soulja Boy is doing right now is essentially no different than going and buying a video game system, putting nothing on it and selling it, and just saying, this is my system.
Yeah.
But it's not. You didn't make
So-
it. Someone else did.
If you're interested in this hardware, and the hardware may be fine, I'm not sure. If you're interested in it, just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
You know.
He's going to upcharge it.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
Just avoid it,
exactly.
right? Yeah. Yeah. If there was something interesting to do with it, I would say we would cover it. But as far as I can tell, he's doing nothing. I would sooner get the original hardware, reach out to that original company and show you what they've designed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would want to
Exactly.
do. There's a really good channel out there, Wolf Den. Wolf goes through all of these games. Bob, he goes through all of these game systems. He does great videos looking at them. Highly recommended you check him out to look at those things. There are way too many. He makes like 5 of these videos a week because there are so many of these systems coming out. But he's got a good knowledge about what's happening on there. He shows you that generally support of these things dies a minute after they come out. So it's a very, very volatile place to be. But if we were to ever cover it, I would be getting that system directly from the people, showing you what it's all about. And I would only mention Soulja Boy and the fact that he's taken it and he's trying to sell this himself.
If Soulja Boy was to somehow get a team to create software for this, you know, whether it's an operating system or, you know, hopefully legit games on the system, then definitely we would check it out. But the chances of that happening, guys, you've seen how it's been. It's just not going to happen.
And also, to be fair, a whole bunch of the systems we've been looking at now, like the latest like emulation devices, they're now stealing good emulators from good groups that don't officially support these people. So what they'll do is they'll steal a bunch of ROMs that the community has preserved for preservation reasons, and then they take a bunch of emulators that people have been working on to make sure these games are running accurately in the future. They're stealing all that, and then they're selling it to you at an upcharge.
Yeah, profiting off of other people's work.
It's always a scam. It's always piracy. You should never have to pay for illegal ROMs. You should never have to pay for illegal emulation. If you are ever doing that, you're being scammed. Even if at the end result you're playing a game in a way that you think is fun, you are still being scammed, and it's ripping you off. It's ripping off the community that preserves these games. It rips off everybody. It's absolutely not a good idea. And if Soulja Boy buys these systems and then he loads them with a bunch of illegal ROMs on it and then sells them to you and he upcharges it, don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely don't. I don't think he's going to do that.
No,
but
because if he did do that, I think there would be a lot of lawyers knocking at his door pretty quickly, especially if a certain big red, if Nintendo caught wind.
Okay, so why did we take down the Sega Genesis Mini review? When we reviewed the Sega Genesis Mini, I found a fault in the game columns. When you moved left and right in columns, it would do a double input. So basically what would happen is if you were moving from one column to the next column, and you typed left or right on there, or you hit left or right on the D-pad, it would go 2 spaces instead of 1. When I saw that, I thought there was a glitch with the controller, and I thought there was a glitch with their emulation. And because there was no way to update the system, in the review, I said, this isn't good. This is bad, folks. You shouldn't be getting these systems because the games aren't running the way they should be. There's also a couple of other things with the games that they were running at wrong resolutions and all that stuff. But that was a big one. When I did that, Joe from GameSack saw the video and he was like, oh my God, you caught this. No one else did. So he went back and used his original Sega Genesis, played columns, and did the exact same thing. He discovered that what I found was a glitch on the original hardware in the original software. Apparently nobody on planet Earth has ever discovered this before. Yeah. I guess nobody noticed this. I noticed it, but I guess every time I've been playing with columns on like a real Genesis.
Honestly, I've only played it on Game Gear.
Sure.
I played it all the time on Game Gear.
But I guess on my real Genesis, my D-pad has aged over the years, so it was faulting. So when it faults, it naturally does 1 instead of 2. So Joe has better hardware and a better respect than I did for the Genesis at the time period. So he was capable of finding, oh, you found a glitch in the original game that nobody ever discovered before. And M2 was so accurate with their replication, they actually found that glitch, or the glitch is naturally in their hardware. So with that in mind, our review was saying that the system wasn't accurate when it was, and that's why we pulled it, because that's not okay. I'm willing to pull a review down if there's something in it that basically is incorrect or wrong.
Right.
And by the time we had done that, there was a bunch of other things going around with the reviews of the systems, and we didn't know what was accurate and what wasn't. And it would have required us to do a completely new review. And then when we were about ready to be like, okay, let's do another review on this thing, it wasn't being sold anymore. So it's like, well, what's the point of reviewing this now if nobody can pick it up? So that's why the review went down. It's inaccurate. It's not a correct review. Go watch the GameSack video. Joe did the best job, in my opinion, on covering that system. And I think that's just the way that that should be.
Yeah.
If we have something that's wrong, it shouldn't be out there.
And mistakes happen, unfortunately. Sometimes they're relatively easy to deal with. Sometimes you have a mammoth of a problem like Sonic 06. And sometimes it's a review that that just needs to be taken down because it's faulty. Luckily, yeah, we live in an age where a lot of other people have done fantastic reviews of that hardware. And those are there for people to watch.
We're thorough to a fault. We'll find a glitch, and then we don't even know it's a glitch in the very end, right? It's just the whole thing. We're looking at a real Nintendo 64 right now, and we found a glitch in a real Nintendo 64 game that no one's ever found before, and it's the weirdest thing.
Shane was super excited about this today.
Yeah, I've been asking around. Hey, you know what, folks? If anybody is watching right now and you have a copy of this game in a real Nintendo 64, try this out. Tell me what happens on your and send me a message on Blue Sky or whatever. Okay. Beetle Adventure Racing on the Nintendo 64. When you boot it up, there's an automated real-time demo sequence of a blue beetle jumping over a river. It's the very first thing you do before you push start. You'll see it automatically happen. And then the word action pops up. If you use a real Nintendo 64 controller with nothing plugged into it or anything, and you're playing the game, the blue beetle will go across the sky, and then the word action will pop up. It will freeze mid in the air. And you'll see the back right wheel just beneath the letter C. That's what you'll see happen. If you plug up an expansion pack, or not expansion pack, a rumble pack to the controller, for some reason, the game will run slower and the word action will pop up before it. And if you plug in another rumble pack on a secondary controller, the game will run even slower. There's something with either power draw or processing, something's going wrong where the game is running slower the more rumble packs you put in. We don't know if this is replicatable for everybody. We don't know if it's just our Nintendo 64 failing, but we've discovered this, and we've been asking other people if they can find this, because if this is true, it completely changes the way everyone's been doing speedruns on this game, because the game is running slower if you have a rumble pack inserted.
There you go.
Crazy.
By the way, Beetle Adventure Racing is very, very good. Very fun.
It's a very fun game.
A very fun game.
Made by the people that made Need for Speed, by the way.
So if you do have a copy of this, please reach out to us. We just want to confirm that this is the same issue is happening with different hardware.
Crazy Cassandrals sent in a super chat. Thank you again. Merry birthday, Shane. Saw the Rerez account at the Acclaim Showcase sort of thing. Thoughts on that? So I was live messaging on there when I was watching, and boy, I didn't think that was good. There was nothing from Acclaim. It was a bunch of new games.
Oh, was this weeks back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And none of it was from a real Acclaim games.
It could have just been an indie showcase of sorts.
I was upset by that because during their previews, they were showing like Mortal Kombat and a bunch of stuff like that.
Their history.
And then during the thing, there's a couple games they showed off that looked like cool indie games. But I was upset because if you're going to bring back the name Acclaim, which is a notorious company that ended up doing really bad things, if you're going to bring that name back, it's because you're trying to revitalize the brand and use new things. I thought what they did was a waste of using that name. You've now taken, and by the way, during that stream, there was a couple of games that they showed off like, oh, we're releasing this. The games had been released years earlier, but they're making it look like they're now being released now. So I was a little upset by that stuff. It kind of made me a little disappointed because I felt like I was being tricked into watching this thing. There were some games they showed off that legitimately looked interesting, though, and I hope that those developers have a good time. But one of the reasons why a publisher is because they have the marketing force and the power to get people interested in these games. And by using... Like, if you were to recreate LJN and then start releasing good games with that name, it only creates the vision that these are bad games.
Sure,
So,
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Acclaim has a sort of pedigree, or like you were saying, some bad things happen. as well.
Crap-agree is what it
Yeah,
is.
but for a time period, it was a name brand that had recognition. So we're hoping to see some of that, the good stuff we remember, come back into play, and nothing basically. It was just an indie showcase from what I saw.
Pretty much.
With the Acclaim name slapped onto it, which was sad. They own that IP, that name. Do something with it that is recognizable to the brand, right?
Romulan Spy sent in a super chat. Shadow Man 64 is my favorite ever. Have opinions? Do you ever play Shadow Man?
Just a little. Just
Okay.
dabbled with it a little bit.
I played the recent remaster. The recent remaster cleans up things, fixes things, I believe adds certain elements that the original developers didn't have time to fix. That new remaster, I've played quite a bit of it, and I really like it. I haven't finished the game yet, but if you're going to play it, I heavily recommend the remaster. Lilypan France sent in a super chat. Did you notice any ice bucket moments in MGS Delta? Honestly, there's things missing from MGS Delta. So at the beginning, remember when we were doing that video and I showed off when Snake is going through the grass, bits of like foliage go over the screen? In Delta, that's all gone. Right? They didn't
So
put that
it's
in
almost
there.
anti-ice bucket. They've taken away those little things that make you think that the game has some artistry,
Yes.
extra artistry added to it, just for the love of the
There
game.
are visual elements there that are enhanced now. Higher textures, better models, that kind
From
of stuff.
screenshots alone, not having played it yet,
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I think it looks like a modern version of Metal Gear Solid 3.
There's visual effects in it that don't exist in the original one. The tiny little details that and I can't stress this enough, it's not just Kojima. Kojima alone is not a man that can do all this stuff himself. It's him and his team. It's the model guys. So Toyota doing the motion capture work, all those people. There's a group of people making the Metal Gear games what they are. It's a team effort, not an individual's
Absolutely.
effort. This includes writing too. There's other writers on these games. What really bugged me was playing Delta and noticing all these little details, all these little things either absent or not added and made better. So when I saw stuff like that, it really made me feel upset, because it's like, this is what you would do if you were making... If I was given the reins to make a Metal Gear game, these are the things I would focus on. These are the elements where I'd be like, I know one person's going to see this and it's going to make them happy. That was absent in Metal Gear Delta. Or Metal Gear Solid Delta. I know that some people are having a good time with the game. I know there's some Metal Gear fans out there that are so happy to see a new game come out. But for me, it's just missing some of that life force.
Some of that flair.
Yeah, those original developers had this grand experience, and they put a lot of effort into it.
Hopefully the game sells well enough that they do try to bring some creativity back to the series in some sort of a sequel. Like you were saying before, I'm not sure they should be remaking other stuff, but maybe if they bring that title to another studio, kind of like how they've done with Bloober Team for Silent Hill 2 Remaster, maybe we can see some creativity brought back into the series from a different perspective.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hey?
Yep. And to be honest, with Metal Gear Solid Delta, the game plays better now because of the modernized controls they implemented in it, but it's not modern. It's still a half step. So it just feels like, unless you're going to make the game modern and feel new and fresh, you're doing nothing that is of important, isn't important enough. We already had remasters of the game.
Yeah, there's many ways of playing 3, from the 3DS to the HD consoles to, there was multiple versions of it on one platform with the PS2. I mean,
exactly.
There's so many ways to play that game.
Another message we got in from Bento AUS. Hey, big fan. Just wondering if you'll do a rewatch of Spider-Man and the Sinister 6. I feel like it would be interesting to hear your thoughts. What is the next rewatch? We
rewatch?
have one that's
We're going
Tiny Toons.
going in chronological order for the most part.
Okay.
Okay, so Tiny Toons is next.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's an inevitability. It will happen.
Yeah, Tiny Toons will come out probably
Time this month.
sometime this month. Yeah, and then we'll eventually get to Spider-Man. It'll happen.
I think Hercules might be next.
Hercules might be next?
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Either that or Daikatana. No, probably
Ooh,
Daikatana?
Daikatana?
is after.
Oh, we have so much to talk about.
I want to talk about both those.
Yeah. So, when we go to talk about Daikatana and rewatch, folks, I have so much to talk about. You have no idea. I beat Daikatana, and then right after doing that, we ordered a pizza went back to the studio, ate the pizza, and then I sat down and I played Daikatana on Nintendo 64. And then we realized we needed a memory card to save the game. And we were like, we can't stop playing this game. So I had to beat Daikatana on the Nintendo 64 in one sitting without stopping.
Yeah, we played multiple versions of Daikatana, but it wasn't the same as our new Just Bad.
No, it's not, because the Game Boy version, it was just fine. It was a nice game. There was nothing bad about it. Yeah. We've never played 3.
It was more just for research. It wasn't
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the N64 version was not a footnote, but it was a smaller section.
So Jacob Alexander, what did Acclaim do? I'm not knowledgeable. He sent in a super chat. Jacob, what Acclaim did was, back in the day, they made a whole bunch of games. They published a whole bunch, but their quality kept slipping. They essentially started pushing out games before they were ready, just burning through things as fast as they could. There's this famous interview with the CEO of Acclaim at the time called "To Hell and Back with Acclaim," where the CEO was speaking to the journalists at Next Generation and saying, hey, we're a bad company, but we're going to fix it. And they never did. The company was making so many poor choices, releasing so many bad games, and being just an awful publisher to their developers. And at the very...
about them a bit in Batman and Robin.
the Batman and Robin rewatch. There are so many reasons why that publisher just did bad things, but it's not like... not bad things to people, but when you treat developers poorly by not respecting the games or forcing them to get games out or whatever it is, or having a catalog notorious for bad games, people see your logo and then they're not going to want to buy the next game because they've been burnt so many times.
Right.
So any developer attached to them ends up being a bad
Exactly. If you're a publisher publishing multiple games from multiple devs, yeah, your solely name is attached to what could be someone's like hard work, right?
Exactly. Publishing video games should never be passive. A good publisher works with the developers to make sure they've got the resources they need, the money they need, the marketing and potential to make the game a success. If they just sit back and take a paycheck, or if they just pay a small amount of money and put them into a bad thing, you're what's called a game mill. And that's what Game Mill is.
Yeah. I was going to bring up Game Mill. They published The Rise of Kong, another game we covered on Just Bad Games. And
they're an awful publisher.
They've been notorious. Like, Game Mill has, their logo is on some good games. Like Cruisin' Blast is a decent port for the Switch, but that was a title that was pretty much constructed. And I believe...
they couldn't mess that one up.
Yes, basically they couldn't mess that one up. So... yeah.
Well, actually, they did, because there was supposed to be DLC for it and it never came out.
There you go.
So you got something.
Yeah, but yes, I believe Game Mill and the developers of Rise of Kong, it was a tumultuous time, to say the least. If you guys want to learn more about that, check out our Just Bad Games episode if you haven't. It's a good one, Rise of Kong.
Josh Blue sent in a super chat. There's a lot of destructible shooter interactable objects you can shoot in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yep.
Would those be ice buckets? I recorded... in the original Ice Bucket video, I recorded Left 4 Dead 2. I actually did. And what I was showing was there's a brick wall that if you shoot at, the bullets don't go through, but there's a section of the wall that's made of wood, and if you shoot the wood, the bullets go through and hit the wall behind it. And to me, that was a variation of Ice Bucket, but because it actually affects your gameplay, because you could be using that as cover to shoot at zombies and locking them in the door, that was like a thing that is a functional thing. But there are elements of Left 4 Dead 2 that work, but a lot of what's in Left 4 Dead 2 is functional because it's designed to either attract zombies and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean the game isn't well detailed.
And if you don't know what this whole Ice Bucket thing is, Ice Bucket is elements of a game that don't add to the gameplay. It's not a strategic thing. It's just part of the artistry of creating a game that shows you that the developers like care. They want to put like a beautiful creative element into their game.
Twisted Metal 2 shooting at the
Statue of Liberty?
the Statue of Liberty and blowing that up. That is Ice Bucket. That has no function on the game whatsoever. It doesn't change the level in any way. It's not based in reality. Because it's hilarious. It's tiny little bullets from a huge distance, and then suddenly it explodes. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I think the Statue of Liberty looks a little small too, but whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's elements that don't directly affect your gameplay.
Josh Blue sent in a super chat. Oh, sorry, that was yours.
Such
just
a
we asked.
dummy. No,
Ben Malski sent in a super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Thank you. Excited for Kirby Air Riders next week. I have not played the new test of it. I am going to play it eventually. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original game. I just didn't get into it too much. But I think this one looks better than the original, so I'm really excited to try it out.
I did not watch the 3.5-hour epic Titanic film that was the two directs with Masahiro Sakurai.
He seems to be so excited about that game,
that's what's gotten me a little bit excited and very curious about the title. So I don't think I'm going to be a day one adopter of the game, but I do want to play it for sure.
I got to play some Nintendo stuff, right, folks? I got the whole hoodie.
Oh, there you go. He's rocking it. He's rocking the Nintendies.
Okay. Crystal sent in a super chat. Congrats on becoming older, Shane. Thank you so much,
Thank
Crystal.
you for reminding.
And Romulan...
Just so, Shane, I read that as older Shane. Like,
Oh,
becoming
you've
older
become
Shane.
older, Shane?
I am now older Shane.
Yeah.
I've evolved into older
that's what
Shane.
they meant.
Yeah, I'm picturing the Pokemon style, the old
Could
one.
be.
Doom, 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 doom.
Huh? I'm becoming older. Oh, what does she say?
Abby with a bigger bow.
Shane, just say like, I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay.
I'm becoming older.
It's closer.
I think my bow's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's her.
Gabby Games.
Gabby Games.
R.I.P.
Romulan Spy. Welcome. You are now a Rerez member.
Oh, you've convinced the Romulan spy to join the Federation.
There, that's good. I really hope that's a Star Trek reference. Otherwise, it's falling on deaf
I
ears.
don't think anyone else would call themselves a Romulan.
Can't wait until the rewatch Grinch episode. Drandon saying, yeah, absolutely. That'll be one.
Push that for this Christmas?
We could. We could push that up. Christmas
probably
is
could.
around the
Special
corner.
episodes in the past.
Yeah.
Well, the Grinch we'll have a lot to talk about with that episode. There's a lot of moving parts, I feel.
Yep. Jacob Alexander sent in a super chat. You definitely will have to be in that one. Game Mill, Big Rigs also sounds like 505 Games. There's a bunch of studios that, when I say Game Mill, I'm not literally speaking about Game Mill.
It's just a pleasant surprise that
Yeah.
Game Mill is a Game Mill.
It's hilarious,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, there were so many Game Mill published games that we played that I was like, wow, these could just be Just Bad Games episodes. But of the worst one was the King Kong one. Made this so I can chat. Sent into super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Love your videos, man. Perfect way to veg out after a long day. So happy you like that.
Yeah. We're so glad that you guys watch our content. You guys allow us to do the things that we love.
Yeah,
which is-
it means a lot. Like, folks, every time you share our videos, every time you comment in our videos, I promise you we're reading what you're saying. It's just, it used to be easy.
Chat,
Yeah.
You're skimming through things and seeing all the nice things people say.
Yeah.
We just don't have time to see
It's
it all.
unfortunate. There's so
Yeah.
many people talking, right?
Hear me, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
Our producer's just saying, like, yes, we're skimming through chat and we're seeing what everyone's saying, and it's like a wave of awesome and positivity. Unfortunately, we can't respond to everyone, and or else we'll be here forever.
we see your comments on the YouTube videos. We see your messages to us on Blue Sky. We see it all. Like it used to be easy to respond to people frequently, but it's now gotten to the spot where there are, like, every day there's hundreds and hundreds of new comments across all the videos. Just Bad Games episodes just continue to grow. Like, when we first started the show, the episodes were, 50,000 views, 60,000 views.
We were happy when we got 10,000 views. Wow, that's great. And
now, like, half the episodes are over 1 million. Some are at
that
2.
still blows my mind.
And, like, there's
man.
so many messages from
incredible.
people. It's so nice to see people having fun with the episodes and enjoying them. I'll get random messages from people. I'm an eagle constantly, everywhere. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it'll be on your tombstone whether you like it or not.
I will go onto a random Discord server, usually when I'm looking for information for something specific, and then someone will just scream out in all caps, "I'm an eagle." They won't even address me. It'll just be there. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even write that dialogue. That was just there. Like, it was just there.
It was brilliant. It just needed to be dug up.
But yeah, it's
all this is to say, like, all of this awesome stuff, all the comments, all of this, it just pushes us to want to continue to create and to make better things for you guys. Like, I'm just always so hyped, like, seeing stuff like this.
I promise you, we're not playing these terrible games for our health.
Yes. Certainly, especially after, like we said before, the conversation where we were talking about this next one possibly being the worst thing we've ever had to play.
Yeah, it is. It is
Three
shocking.
versions of.
Oh, Two Scribble just sent in a super chat, but it's being blocked by the Patreon banner.
I'll take it down.
Do you guys really make Shane replay? Did you guys really make Shane replay Rogue Warrior because he made that mistake about smoking a cigar next to a block of C4? I did have to replay Rogue Warrior a lot because it kept crashing. Of all the games we've played on Just Bad Games, I believe that one is the one that crashed the absolute most.
I think so. I think so. There have been a lot of crashes for sure, but Rogue Warrior was notorious.
There was a sequence in Rogue Warrior where I think we mentioned it crashed, and it crashed somewhere in the ballpark of 15 times, and I had to watch somebody online just to confirm it would stop crashing eventually. So every time I replayed it, I moved the character a little bit in a different direction because I figured there's something here that's the game is breaking.
Yes, you have to find like the tunnel through the broke.
Yeah, and eventually I found it and then I could get through. But every so often the game would just continue crashing. So I lost count of it crashing. I think it was 40 or 50 times. And every time it crashed, I wasn't right where I was last time. I'd have to replay a whole section. So by the end of it, I was thoroughly upset. And then when the video came out, somebody went, "Why didn't you just play it on the PlayStation 3? It was stable on there." Thanks! Thanks! Now I know. But we had to play the PC version because that was the one that had the most issues. So, yeah.
It's part of the job. Sometimes we have to look for the worst possible way of playing a game and then play through that game.
Yeah. Silver Caracal said, "Happy birthday. I hope you did. We'll are presently having a great birthday party."
Are you having a great birthday party?
Yeah, well, this is the birthday party, I guess. Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
The older you get, the less birthday parties you have, I think. Is that how that works? Or you just choose not to have them?
Yeah.
It basically, where we live, it just snowed heavily, so no one wants to get on the roads. Except for Adam, who drove here.
I did it. Yeah, I almost died just to be here and talk about Rogue Warrior with you guys.
I might have missed you answering this, and I apologize if I missed it, but is Strange Games coming back? Yes, Strange Games is coming back. We're just working on the new episode now. But yeah, it has been very fun. There's been... just a recap, how state of affairs. We've got... And then we're going to end the
wrap soon.
Then we're going to wrap. So we are working on a brand new Just Bad Games episode. The script was written. The voiceover's recorded. Adam is in the editing process right now.
And it is a fun episode. It's going to be awesome. It's going to take a little time, but we know you will love it because we were laughing a lot playing through it and just astounded.
That's right. Astounded.
I'll leave it at that.
We have a brand new product that we're reviewing. It's not a joke video. It's a real product that we're reviewing. That is going to be coming out sometime in the next couple of days. It's going to be a big deal. We have been going through it. It is a crazy fun time.
It's an exciting time. I'm excited about this video for sure.
And then after that, we do have another worst ever that we've created. All the gameplay of that is recorded. We've written a lot of the script. We just haven't done the voiceover yet. That one is me on camera because it's a worst ever. And then there is a unique controller that I want to do a video on. It ended up making me go out and buy, I think we have 20 of these controllers now. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a unique controller that required me to go and buy multiple computers just to get these things to work. I've had to install Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows Me, Windows XP, Windows XP Professional, Windows 2000 Professional.
Jeez.
It is.
Some of the hardware that Shane has found that's going to be showcased in this video is still incredibly impressive to me to this day. And this stuff is, like more than 25 years old.
Yeah. We had to get some of these controllers to work. I had to go onto the Wayback Machine archives and dig through a zip file repository where a couple of the files were just sitting there and they still hadn't been deleted. And it is a big deal. To get these to work properly is a big deal. When you see what we're going to show off, it's like no other controller that was ever released or has been released since.
The beautiful thing is no one has covered it to the extent that we are covering.
Yeah, actually, 2 of the devices are not on YouTube, period. So it's a big deal. You're going to see something you've never seen. And so we're working on that. We want to get all that stuff out before the end of the year, hopefully. It's a lot of videos, it's a lot of stuff, but boy, are we having fun working on it, and it's going to be really cool. And then after that, we have another Strange Games episodes that we're working on as well.
Yeah, Tristan's busy with his other stuff, so
Yeah.
happening slowly.
If you don't know, Tristan who works on Strange Games with me, he's from Glass Reflection, that YouTube channel. He is working on a podcast right now. If you're a fan of anime, he's working on that show with someone that used to work at Crunchyroll.
Mother's Basement?
Mother's Basement as well. And they go through kind of like this hunt to find all the anime from all over, and the podcast is doing really well. So he's been working on that pretty heavily. I heavily recommend you check it out. It's called Quest for the Best, and it is a fantastic podcast, and that's what he's been working on, so please check that out. And one more super chat. Alan Michael sent in one. Forgot to say happy birthday. Also, I play Just Bad Games that night to go to sleep, too. Though the other night I woke up in a panic to the alarm for Metal Gear 2. Yeah.
Sorry about that. But,
that happens.
it's in the game a lot.
Yeah, I will watch things at night to fall asleep to. And recently, what I ended up doing was I was like, you know what I'll put on? I'll put on the original DuckTales. I don't remember that show very well, so I was watching it. And I was like, random stories every episode. Nope, interconnected stories that go from one episode to the next with a continuous plot. Did you know they did that with like a show when we were kids?
I was too young to put that together.
Yeah.
I don't think they put them in chronological order.
You know
me.
what?
I was probably watching them.
Yeah, probably
all
like
out of
6
order.
episodes all over the place. But yeah, I've been having fun watching that, but I can't fall asleep to it now because my brain's engaged.
You got to
watching
know
it.
what Scrooge is going to do next.
Yeah, you never know. Is he going to like money this episode, or is he not going to like money this episode?
I think I know the answer.
Sticky Channel 92 sent in a super chat. Thank you so much. Happy B-Day, Rerez. I love watching your videos. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we're about to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. We got a lot of episodes coming up. We got a lot of stuff.
A lot on the roster, a lot to be excited about, and we're happy that you guys are right here with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another super chat came in.
Oh my
Cedric
gosh.
Aguilar, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Shane. Happy regular day.
No one has wished me a happy regular day until right now. Thank you, Cedric.
If I say I want my medication, would you guys guess where it is from? I want my medication. Do you remember where it's from?
Oh, I do. It's from the mini game that is unlockable in Batman and Robin.
Yeah. We didn't put that voice in there, folks. That's in the game.
That was after we had already invented the Shane voice.
Yes.
After Dark Tomorrow.
After Dark Tomorrow, yeah.
So another pleasant surprise.
I remember when we found that, I was like, guys, you have to come over here and see this. Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Did I go back in time and do a voiceover on this? Also, I don't know where it is, but there was an old online show. It was distributed on CD-ROMs where these two guys reviewed video games and they like talk back and forth to each other. And someone sent me the clip, and it's you and I from the 90s. I don't remember who sent it in. I got to find it again. But I was listening to it, and they do jokes like we do it, and they talk like we do. And I was like, who the heck are these people? And as far as I can tell, they only did like a handful of episodes and then disappeared. Huh. So it might, I don't know. Do you think our parents knew each other and they reviewed video games?
Your parents aren't enough like you.
No, they're not.
They would be the younger version.
You've clearly never met my father. You have.
The only parent I have that ever liked video games even slightly was my mom, and she was addicted to Pac-Man. Like Pac-Man, she would go to an arcade and play Pac-Man all throughout the night when she was pregnant with me. I don't know where I got the gaming bug from. Anyway, okay, folks, have yourselves a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great November. Stay warm. It's about to get real cold the further north you get. But it's going to get warm again because why not?
Stay tuned to Rerez. And we'll catch you next time.
Later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.